Can you hear me? I can't hear.
Can you hear me, mate?
I can hear you, matey.
There we go. I must have had me send on mute.
I was gonna say, I thought it was me, and then I'm checking everything, and it was like,
No, it was me. I've got another lad there. Shreks. You all right, pal?
how we going, matey?
All right, pal.
Been better.
Right. Oh, mate. Right, so before we get started, obviously, I want to say a few things about this, what's happening in Liverpool. We need to get scum like that off at street. I hope every person's safe and well. And obviously, some things are bigger than football, aren't they? Fucking joke, mate. Right. Another thing, obviously, no kids watching this, so it's a free reign. No racial slurs, no homophobic slurs, all of that. Other than that, it's an open book. We can say what we want. So, what are your thoughts after Saturday?
Suicide.
Mate, what the fuck? What the fuck? Really, what happened? What happened, right? How the fuck, right? How can we be dominating a game for, what would you say, 70 up to the 75th minute?
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
What is it? Right? Something wrong with our fitness. Everyone slated Eki about getting players running around like madmen, right? And then Wilder's come in and they're no fitter. It just doesn't make sense.
It's happened too many times this season, though, hasn't it? Let's face facts. It's when you look 70 minutes against Leeds. We were easily better team at Bramall Lane, and then we just fell to pieces. It's like,
I agree. Like Gus Hamer, like I love Hamer, but fucking hell, mate, come on, it's 90 minutes. It's not a 70-minute game. We don't pay you for 70 minutes. I pay you for 90. Play it full game.
He's not. He's always holding his hamstring. Connor says it on One League fan channel all the time. He always goes down holding his hamstring. And these people are saying, "Oh, we're scared of losing him" and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the best players in the league. Without a doubt. Right? But is his fitness there? Is his discipline there? I'm sure I said this on Coach back overnight. Is his discipline?
Mate, he's overweight, mate. He's a professional athlete and he's supposed to be fit and he's overweight.
He's supposed to get fitter as season goes on.
Exactly. So
I just can't. For me, with Hamer, I just think that when you get your wages, you don't get paid 70% of your wages. He does 70% of every game. You can't be just laying up one asking to come off, and then if you're not faking it, which obviously is not faking it, then you've got a problem because it happens every fucking week. How can he stand outside a Peck who can run all day every day and looks like he'd never stop running it? He'd still be running around Wembley now if you let him. How can you be same in your trade, if you like, as that, but then you can't do it? I don't get it. Tyrese Campbell, another one. I love it. I love Tyrese Campbell. I think in front of goal, brilliant, but he's coming on for the second half. He looks fucked. It looks like he's done 3 London marathons. What's that about? Why are you blowing out your odds?
When we were on the tube to the game, I said I'd have started Cannon up top with more because Cannon can't play on his own up front. He's not good enough to play on his own up front. No. Right, where Tyrese Campbell has that connection with Callum O'Hare, people like that. We didn't have to go all that straight away. Because we should have learnt lessons, like I said, against Leeds, against Plymouth. Plymouth were an absolute dismal in that last 20 minutes, and then obviously I understand everyone's view on Wilder, but I see it from both sides. Some people might want him to go. I don't know whether I do, but you've got to try and. It's like I said. There's just too many. There's too many reoccurrences at minute. It's either Hamer going down with an hamstring. It's either Kiefer Moore making wrong decision. He shouldn't be a scapegoat. I'm not saying we should abuse him and stuff like that, but it were earlier in season. I think it were even against Wednesday when he should have played it to Berberton Diaz. He should have played that ball rather than running at them 2 defenders, he should have just played it. Campbell's at back post, asking for it.
Right,
It's a
so
tapping.
you're looking at players, right? And have you noticed, like, modern day footballers, you can't say oh bad about them. There are players, you've got to be nice to them, put their arm around the shoulder and all this, like, right? But you know, when you're going at bank and you're cashing your 35 grand a week, right? Do you think he cares about little old Ricky telling everybody that I'm wank? Do you get what I mean?
No.
He ain't got. He
No.
don't give a fuck, mate. Don't give a fuck, right? So the fact they can stand there, right? Campbell, for a perfect example, right? He gets the ball played through him, right? Difference is, remember John Stead, Rob Olsen, all that lot. They'd dive into a challenge. If keeper were running out, they'd run into keeper. They'd just go for it, right? Campbell, Moore, lot of them. Moore's a big lad. Why won't they run that extra bit? Put the body on line. Do you know what I mean? None of them will, right? None of them's got that badge on the chest. None of them care about the club. They're just here picking up a paycheck. Personally, right? I think. You know, this thing, what Wilder keeps saying, like, we've done our due diligence, everyone's on right mental page and all this lot. I ain't seen it, mate. Not all season. How many times have we folded? As soon as a bit of pressure comes on, we go 1-0 up. We sit back and we just invite pressure on, right? Other than Bristol, what teams have we gone 1-0 up and we decided, you know what, we'll go for it. We'll kill it off. Coventry, we did it. Middlesbrough, Oxford. That's 3 games all season. Do you know what I mean? 3 games.
I read something earlier what I didn't even realise, and I thought, that can't be right. And I checked it that I think we've played 8 or 9 games against top 4, and we've only won 1. It's like what's that? So we've played Leeds twice, played Burnley twice, not won any of them. Played Sunderland twice, we've won 1. No, we played Sunderland 3 times, we've won 1. It's like you can't. Oh, so it's 7 games. You can't win 1 out of 7 against top teams around you. You can't do it. You've got they're big occasions. That's when you've got to turn up, like you've just said. They're the games when you've got to get stuck in. You've got to get everything. And then players, what you just mentioned, I can go. We could go all night. Chris Morgan, James Beater, Richard Creswell. If Chris Morgan had gone down with a fucking bit of cramp, he'd have been back on with 1 leg. You're killing me to take me off this pitch. I'm coming off this pitch on a stretcher in an ambulance, and that's it. For a fucking bad leg or a bit of an hamstring. No, they just play on. You just play. You've got next fucking 12 weeks laid on your deck chair. Just give that extra tip, like Brereton Diaz when he got took, mate. You've had a bit of a fucking tackle on you. Jack Robinson does them every week. What the fuck? You're rubbing your belly. So I don't fancy. I think I want to come off. Get back on. Nowadays. Get back on and fucking and die for that shirt. Die for it. But like you just said, there's too many of them now. Like they just come, they pick up a wage and they fuck off home, and unfortunately that's not a United problem. That's a modern day football. You've only got watch Man United, watch Tottenham. That's what Man United and Tottenham are finding out at the minute. You've got players, West Ham. They've spent 100, 200, 300 million. They don't give a toss, mate. They get paid on a Friday and then they leave, and that's that.
Well, you know what irritates me most, right? It's like Brewster, right? 4 years we've had Brewster. How many has he scored? Count them on one hand. Well, maybe 2 hands, possibly 6, 7 goals, something like that, for 4 years. Right?
It's not great.
But this goes back to days that when we were signing Brewster and people like this, we didn't want to do no to wages. We when we first went up and we were finishing 9th in Premier League, we couldn't take no risk with wages, and that was a big issue. We were talking about this other day, Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
Who should we have had instead of Brewster? Ollie Watkins.
Exactly.
Only problem is we won't pay the wages. And I get that. If we haven't, we've got to stay within restraints. I understand that, right?
What's that old saying? You pay peanuts, you get monkeys. That's
exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 100%.
It's the saying as old as time.
Do you know what I mean? You let Ollie. I weren't Ollie McBurney's biggest fan, right? But at least he had a bit of something about him. Kiefer Moore, right? For a big bloke like that, big strong bloke like that, every time he kicks a football, it looks like he's kicking a fucking balloon, man. Like,
he'll win everything. He'll win everything in air. As they were saying at weekend, he won everything in air. Yeah, but as soon as he made a pass, he just let that.
Yeah.
I watched the highlights back.
Did you see when it were in second half? It were just outside area, just about to shoot, and that kid came from behind him. He got bored. He only like fucking breathed near him, and he just chucks his son on the floor like. Referees like, get up, mate. And I were watching that thinking he's not touched you there, just get up. And it's like you just said, McBurney there had a flung a fucking arm at him and knocked him over and then shot. Whereas, and I weren't McBurney's biggest fan, but I do get what you're saying. James Beattie, Robbles, all the names you just mentioned, they're not going down under a challenge. Like, and fucking look at die. And I were about 9 stone wet through. You could not take that kid off ball. Why?
Nope.
Because he wanted it. He played with a passion like we've got, like the passion we've got in the stand. Yep. He played the game like that. And that shows when you're on that pitch. You know, another one, he were only on loan for a season, Gibbs White. Look at Gibbs White. Gibbs White's chasing kids into corner flag when we're 3-0 up, lunging into tackles. But that's what gets the respect to them fans. So now you're naming these players and we're saying, oh, he's not doing that, he's not doing that. Because they don't do any of them things what Undye does, what Gibbs White does. You need to, when he's saying he's done his due diligence and he's done his checks on these players, well, I'm sorry, but you can't watch Undye and Gibbs White and players like that and then watch fucking Kiefer Moore and think that they're the same, because now it's not happening. Peck is another example. Whatever you think about Peck, whether you think he's not good enough, this, that, he dies. He loves it. Chowdhury. Look at Chowdhury. Man at match for me, by the way. Man at match for me.
I agree. I totally agree with you. Totally agree. I thought Chowdhury.
Why is it? Why is it? It's not because he does 25 kicks or goal, just because he tries.
Exactly.
I don't like this narrative that people are saying, right, that it were too narrow. Because if he'd have gone and played up against Mundell tight, he'd have been spun. And then they'd have been in behind. Right? Sometimes you've got to try and force them down outside. Force them down outside. How many times did Mundell get inside against him?
Never.
That'd be my question.
He had Mundell in his back pocket all game, mate.
Yeah.
All game.
That's what I'm saying.
He's had since he's been playing at right back, he's had every left winger he's come up against in his pocket for me.
Yep.
I think he's been brilliant. And I'm one of them that loves Sariki, but there were not one moment on Saturday where I'm thinking get Sariki off, just for the simple reason that you can't move Chowdhury from that right back. Like I say, we're my man at match. I don't know about you all lads, but for me, he's a brick wall. Yeah.
There weren't even a
first person I'd be going to sign is Chowdhury. I'd be going to Leicester and just saying that we want him. Because it's like what we just said is obviously he's not got the skill of an Undye or the creativeness or a Gibbs White, but he's fucking passionate. He wants it. He's going on that pitch and strolling about. He's going on that pitch and he's lunging into every tackle.
Yeah. It reminds me of a good Ben Osborne, mate. If Ben Osborne were good, that would be Chowdhury. I'm telling you.
Well,
everywhere.
I don't like mentioning his name because obviously he's passed away, but he's like a bulldog. You know, you're not getting past him. You're not getting past that. Bulldog, technically, not brilliant. You try and get past him. You know, it's not happening, and that's what Chowdhury is for me.
Put his body online, and that's what like you've seen both flying towards net, and he don't care whether it's his face or anything.
No, he's not bothered him. Yeah,
he's thrown his body in front of it. Whereas, like,
he's dying for a badge. What? He's only been here 6 months, and he's giving more than you've got than some players. I've seen more from him than I have some players who've been here fucking years. You know what I mean? Chowdhury to me is that.
I watched. Well, if you look at that first goal, right, when Maeda scored, right. What the fuck were Robinson doing? Why were we out of position?
It's Jack Robinson, isn't it?
Mate, I'm gonna take you back to Jubia. I'm gonna take you back to Jubia. I was saying on Jube, it gives me nightmares. Robinson and Maeda. It gave me nightmares.
Mate, why the fuck have we got Holding? What the fuck?
Don't take point. What did we waste with? What we wasting paying his wages for?
Most important mention. I mean, well done, Robbo. A little pat on back for your pal. Good job. You know what I mean?
Everyone can say we don't see him in training as well, right? Yeah. But when he's been on this pitch this season, Rob Holding, how solid has he looked?
Calm, mate. He's done it against the best in the Premier League. He's done it against, and you're telling me that Rob Holding is worse than Robbo, do you know what I mean?
It's just Rob Holding stood stand. He's just had 9 years of Premier League contracts in Crystal Palace and Arsenal. He's played in Champions Leagues. Like you've just said, he's played at there is no level to go higher than where Rob Holding's. Rob Holding doesn't have to say, oh, I wish I'd have done that in my career. Rob Holding can say,
Oh, wow.
I've got a medal for this. I've got a medal for that. I've played in this. I've played against him. I've played against him. I've done that. Jack Robinson, unfortunately, and it's not necessarily Robinson's fault that he's at that level. That's just where you are. There's levels in everything. You know what I mean? It's like you have rankings in boxing for a reason. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 should be fighting each other. Number 34 might be a really good fighter, but when he steps in with number 3 or 4, he's getting knocked out because that's what rankings are about. And Robinson, to me, is ranked as I'm going to say, a low-end championship defender.
Relegation.
And we're trying to play him in fucking Premier League. Yeah, that's what he is. We're trying to play him in Premier League and then in a promotion winning side. And then you've got Leeds with fucking players like Joe Roden who cost Tottenham 20 million. You've got Burnley with them 2 centre halves what are just like brick walls, and then we've got one, Rob Holding, who's played in Champions League, played in Premier League, and he's sat on fucking bench. It's just that. I love Wilder. I love Wilder, and I agree with 90% of things he's done. And some tweets I've read today with people saying, "Oh, this and that, and this and that." Listen, he makes mistakes, but he's one of us. And every manager makes mistakes. And if he didn't make mistakes, he wouldn't be managing Sheffield United. He'd be at one of them top clubs. But that doesn't mean that we can't criticise certain things he does. And Rob Holding, I do agree with Rob Holding. It is one of them where I look at it and I think, mate, you've got a fucking bomb scare on pitch here. 90% of fans are scared to death of every time ball goes near him. And then you've signed a class replacement in Holding, and he's sat watching. It's strange to me.
So you're a big Wilder fan, right? So
I am because my view is he's definitely another season because my view on Wilder is he does make mistakes. He does, of course he does. Man City are 4th in Premier League or 3rd, is it? They've won fuck all this year. Pep Guardiola makes mistakes. Every manager makes mistakes. That's just a fact. And they've probably got players sat on bench like your Grealishes like that, and they've probably got fans like me and you, us three, saying, why ain't he playing? Why ain't he playing? They do make mistakes. They're not all perfect. And I think Wilder, the reason why he's earned another crack at it is because he's proven, for me, and it's not even necessarily his doing, it's this day last year, May 26, Leeds lost 1-0 to Southampton in playoff final. And what did they do year after? They've won league because they weren't ready to go up that year. That Sheffield United team that played yesterday, we weren't ready to go up. I'll tell you now, we weren't ready to go up because if you can't put Sunderland to bed, how the fucking hell are you putting Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, you know what I mean? How are you putting all them to bed next season? You're not going to do it. So
never.
Give him 10, 20 games, see where we are. If we're in a similar position next season to where we were this season after 20 games, then we can have that conversation. But now, I just think one of them don't kick a man when he's down. You know what I mean? We've got 92 points. Any other season, you're going up automatically. It just so happens this season we bumped into 2 very, very good sides.
Yeah. Right. So you're saying this about 92 points, right? Can I just say, other than us, United fans, right? No one's going to fucking remember it. Do you know what I mean? Right? We failed.
I agree.
4 points. Right? We were 5 points in front at the beginning of the season, in front of Leeds, 5 points clear. We dropped points. They got pulled back, right? What were they? 5 points in front of February. They dropped points. We pulled it back. 4 points clear with 7 games left. We fucked it all up. So
I agree.
Due for technical inconsistencies. Then we fucking blow records in playoffs, 6-0 aggregate, go to the final, fucking dominate for majority of the game, get that goal disallowed, and that's it. What's up? We fucking shit our pants and fucking conceded. Everyone says it's like the Sheffield United narrative, do you know what I mean? To lose big games and all that. Like, fuck that. Why the fuck should it be? Why can't we have our moment? Do you know what I mean? That was
because every time I was looking at stats from other day, and the big pointer in this is errors leading to goals. Right? Every time we make an error, does it cost us? That's why I agree with you. I think we should keep Wilder until at least January, see where we are. Because let's face facts, if we're 15th in January, there's no owners.
It's gone anyway.
They're not going to mess about with it.
No.
I think over summer, Wilder should definitely take a look at it.
You've made a good point there. Let's let the owners, let's let Wilder's actions, and let's let the owners decide what happens to him, rather than all us jumping on his back because like you said, they're not going to fuck about with him. You don't spend £100 million and then get your fucking get yourself run ragged. You know what I mean? They're not going to mess about with him. So let's let our league possession, and let's let them new owners decide, rather than I'm seeing tweets calling him he's fucking this, he's fucking that. Listen, he's got an LMA award. You don't win one of them by being a Mickey Mouse cunt. You know what I mean? You get that. You get that by being tactically astute, and that's what he is. This season, I agree 100%. Them players, not us three, have fucked that position up. That week when we played Plymouth, Oxford, Millwall, I had to go to work and I was fucking embarrassed. Them players, I could have fucking strung every one of them up. But at no point in any of that did I think, you know what? Wilder, it's on him. I never thought that, because I just thought he's picked the same team that just won fucking 30 games or whatever. And then all of a sudden they just decide to not play. What's he done different? What's he said? He can't have said to him at Plymouth, now then lads, go out and be wank. He can't have said that, can he? So I am going to give benefit of doubt. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'd let his actions decide what happens to him.
Yeah, I've got another question, right? So Wilder's clearly said in plenty of interviews, right, that he does not tell the players to play it side to side and play it back. He wants the team to be positive going forward, right? So
but they're not listening.
Exactly. So is that showing me that a manager ain't got control of his players and they're not listening to him? If so, why has he picked them? Why has he chose these players to come to the squad?
I'll let these other lads join me.
Yeah. Everyone throw something in.
Do you know what? I'm trying to be swears in, because I could go full Mark.
You can swear on here, mate. You're all right.
I could go full Mark Goldfish moment. Do you know, if I did that for my employers, I'd be out fucking done.
Yeah, right,
if I didn't listen to my employers.
It's open. There's no judgment here. You can say what they want.
If I did that to my employees, I'd be out the door straight away.
Yeah.
And we have in a centre back, you might as well have a fucking concrete cock in that position. It'd move more than him.
Concrete cock.
And you might as well. Do you know what Dave Morwood said? It's that slow. Milk will turn fucking quicker. Where that?
I'm not disagreeing.
I'm not.
Where that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They're just not these players. These players obviously haven't got art. They're not, because if they had the art, right, that the Bulldogs. I'll make one point. Chris Basham to this day still calls Chris Wilder Gaffer.
Yep.
Still calls him Gaffer. Right? The problem is, it's like you said before with wages. Yeah, they're coming in, they're picking their packet up, right? And that's all that matters. Only players we've actually seen proper art from are older heads. You go, I know Robinson is a debatable, but you've got to say he does.
It's shit, mate. It's shit. It's not
debatable. It's shit, but he always gives 100%. Sidney Peck, blaster.
Does it? He spits dummy out when he gets beat. He spits the dummy out, and you know these big lunging tackles. That's what it is. He's spitting the dummy out because he's got beat.
I've heard a few reports. I don't know if you've heard it as well. That he's been a bit of a cunt with fans in past and all that. I don't know if you can confirm that, but I've heard that he's said like he's gone to front row. I think it was one of the away games what we probably lost.
It happened in front of me.
I didn't know that, but like I've heard a few times that's happened, like a couple of times where he's had a bit of a chip on his shoulder, like when he's been told rightly, because you're on big money and we pay your wages. If we're entitled to tell you what we think, and you can't be turning around and blinded.
100%. But if we're going to say that about Robinson, let's say that about Wilder. Because how many times has he lost his head this season?
Exactly.
Well, I won't talk
were more
when
like
that ball
a fan
went in, but I've heard
he
he
was
just
more
walked
like
off
a
pitch,
fan
didn't
than
he?
a hooligan. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Did he
I
walk off
understand
pitch?
he's a fan.
With Wilder.
I don't know. I weren't there. I were out. Soon.
I was on you.
With Wilder, I
He
wouldn't
were
be
on
surprised.
TalkSport next morning, though, weren't he?
Oh yeah, right. So do you remember the season, 2020 season, after the 9th place finish, right? And we kept on losing because we were tactically inconsistent. Wouldn't change it. We're too stubborn, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember why he walked out? Because he got pressure got to him, weren't it? He had enough pressure got to him. I think after that game, Plymouth game, I started thinking he looks beat. He looks beat, and I wouldn't be surprised if he fucking packed his bags up and fucked off and said fuck it. But the problem is, if he does that, where's he getting a job? Because he failed at Watford and he failed at Middlesbrough.
Exactly.
I'm not right.
I don't think. I think this is his best job.
Yeah, Wilder for us.
Oh, he's going lower.
Yeah, I think he might go abroad when he leaves, or if he does leave. Because since he's come back, he's aged. He looks an old man now.
Do you think that when we had that rebuild in summer and we lost all them players and we had to sign new players, do you think that part of him might regret making Robinson captain, and he had to do that because that were only kind of senior player that we had left that had been there a few years? Do you think that now he's probably thinking, you know what, I could have gone with an L, or I probably could have gone straight for even a Oblast, as daft as it sounds.
Well,
but
if you remember,
the thing about it is, he made Robinson captain, even though he weren't even in team, and he made Blaster vice captain. Right? My point is, right, we can't just point the finger at Jack Robinson as well. And
no.
Let's just say he's not been great.
No.
Over the last 10 games.
There's a shadow player on promotion season.
If he were the quality that he makes himself out to be, then he'd be able to play with Jack Robinson. Don't matter who's outside of him, right? He'd be able to play with these people.
I think we and L we're going to struggle to get a fee for him and all. Keep hearing this. Oh, and L's going to go, and L's going to go. Where to? Who's going to?
I think
is he a Premier League defender?
Go abroad.
I think
he'll go abroad.
Yeah,
but I think I can't see a Premier League team coming in for him. I'm going to be honest.
No, definitely not.
No.
So,
like everyone says that we're going to lose Harmer. But
are you bothered?
Do you know what? Not really, because he's inconsistent.
Right.
He's a fat tub of lard. But it's good weight.
We've had better and we've lost better and we've always come back.
Someone asked me.
We lost and die and we came back, did we not?
Yeah. Someone asked me earlier on my live, because I did a TikTok live, like, Harmer or and die, and I said and die all day long.
Fucking hell, I was leg.
Yeah. I'd have different
dies
flipping left testicle, to be fair.
And die over it all day long.
And Dye's best player I've ever seen. I'd say and Dye was the best player I've ever seen at Bramall, so he's not even a competition.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
I know it's been.
I made that point earlier that we've lost yesterday, and I've had a few fucking replies from it. But like we've lost players before, and VIP Blades, I think it were. Who have we lost? I says, well, we've lost and die. Well, we were shit when we lost and die. Yeah, but we still come back. And so then I said Gibbs White. We lost Gibbs White and got promoted year after. And then his reply to that were, he's shit. I can Gibbs White be shit. Come on. And then I've not even replied because I think I can't even have that conversation with you. If you call him Gibbs White shit, if you think Aim is better than Gibbs White, you need to give fucking head a wobble.
We can be salty about Gibbs White, yeah, right? But at the end of the day,
I'm not salty about him. The wrong load. Fucking did. It just said he run his 76 round every game.
Yeah. He was wounded when he missed his pen. And it's like, how can he be shit? Right? For one, we've gone to replace Ndai with Armour, right?
Yep.
Who are we going to, do you know what I mean? They're going to find someone else to replace Armour with. And it might balance us
100%.
out going forward a lot more. It's like I said,
Yeah.
why don't we start playing
I
wingers?
don't want it to come across like I'm slagging Hamer off. I fucking
No,
love
no,
Hamer.
no, no.
I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
brilliant.
No,
Brilliant
no,
player,
no,
but
love him to bits.
don't. Some of these fucking tweets saying, "Oh, well," as if Bramall Lane's going to fucking catch fire and blow up if Hamer leaves. Another one I remember now. I'm starting to remember him. Oh yeah, but if he goes up M1 to Leeds, so fuck. I'll fucking take him to Leeds if that's where he wants to go. I don't give a fuck. If he wants to go and play for Leeds, go and play for Leeds. I'm not bothered. I didn't give a fuck when Bogle did it. I don't give a fuck when you if you want to do it. I'm not bothered. I don't care where you want to play. All I care about is players that want to put a Sheffield United badge on. And if you're not one of them, I'll show you where fucking M1 is.
Yeah.
Other day, right, I said in finger, I don't give a fuck who goes, who stays, who we sign, so long as they put 100% on that pitch when the ball's first kicked all the way to the last. I ain't bothered who leaves, who stays, and who goes.
100%. That's all we ask.
Listen,
It's a revolving business.
As soon as Hamer goes, right, and we get two proper wingers in there, I want Josh Murphy.
Yeah.
Josh Murphy sorts that left-hand side out perfectly, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've said you dinner, Dan, coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
He's tore us apart twice this season.
Exactly. Cal O'Hare next season will be the key for that squad, mate. I'm telling you now, people love Armour now. Wait until Cal O'Hare's the key man in that squad. I'm telling you now, he will unlock defenses.
You know, another unpopular opinion. This might be unpopular because I reckon all four of you might not agree. You know, if he'd have played every game this season, you're talking about a left winger in Murphy, Raksake. If he would have played every game on that right wing, that kid would have got fucking 10, 15 goals. He is a proper right winger. But you know what he can't. You know what he can't have. The exact reason that Palace sent him out on loan. He can't be sat on a bench. He can't play 1 week and then not play it next week and then not play it next week and then have 10 minutes and then have half an hour and then he has to play every week and he's going to have bad games. Wingers have bad games. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They have games where they get marked out. When we played Wednesday, they put fucking 4 men on him. He's going to have bad games when they know that he's the threat. That's what happens. But if we'd have played Raksake every single game, yesterday, what if he's not injured, that pitch, I'm up on that top tier Saturday, looking down at the sides of that pitch, and all that space Brewster's got, and I'm thinking, this is meant for Raksake. Like it used to be meant for Walcott at Arsenal. You fucking give that kid 40 yards of space, and he will punish you. He will... Plymouth, we were absolutely fucking dreadful. They dropped off once. They give Raksake a second once in that game. What did he do? Cut inside, bang, back at net. Thank you very much. Coventry away. We were fucking awful at Coventry away. They give Raksake one fucking chance. I think it was Hamer played that ball to him. He got that bit of space in front of him, drove into it. Perfect goal. Luton at home. Raksake, they give him that fucking split second, he'll exploit it. Yeah, Saturday, that was med. I'm sorry, that was med. And Brewster's done well these last 4 or 5 games, but that was med for Raksake. Big pitch, open space, terrorise him.
I don't know what your boys think
at Wembley.
I don't know what your boys think, but would everyone say the same about Blaster if he became inconsistent? Right, because he's one of his own, he'd be looked at differently. Right, Raksake is only young. You've got to try and, confidence. It's all about confidence football, right?
You can't look at Raksake for me and not see his talent. You can't look at that kid and not see his talent. With that ball, it's ridiculous.
I understand that he is one-dimensional. When he's going down, he's not going to take it to byline. But I've heard it several times. Well, play him on left wing. Let him get to byline and put a ball in. Mate, if he's getting took out on right,
left or right, mate.
If he's getting done on right, put him out on left. But problem is, we're trying to accommodate O'Hare and Hamer all the time.
Mm-hmm. Not wingers. Neither of them are wingers.
No. If you have wingers, it's like a winger. I understand that. I'd rather push Burrows and Tariki up and have them as wingers. Yeah.
Don't you think how we played
It's-
this season, though? It's nullified Burrows and fucking. Wait, what the fuck is Armour doing on left? Like, what is it? Who's better in middle, right? Is Peck better in middle than Armour? Just a
No.
question for you all. No.
No.
So why the fuck's Peck starting at centre midfield and Armour's on left?
I'm a Tom Davis fan as well. I don't know if that's popular or not, but
mate, you know when Davis came on at Wembley.
Yeah, as a kid who's played 100 and odd games in Premier League, scored big goals, never played in Championship. Has he not on that pitch for longer than minutes? You know what I mean? If he's fit, he plays for me.
Definitely.
Problem is Wilder, I've learned, is shoehorns players into other positions and all for the best way. That's just tactically, in my eyes, clueless.
It can't be clueless. He won't be where he is if he's clueless. I just feel like he's trying to make something work.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's down to stubbornness or is that the best option we actually have got. It's like if January will come in, we all knew we needed left winger, so we could finally get Armour in middle. We knew that.
A fucking centre back and signed a centre forward.
Yeah.
We lost a kid, Suter would have got player of the year. We fucking lost him and signed Tom Cannon. What's that about? So as much as I love Wilder, I will say when I think something's wrong, and how the fuck can you lose Suter? What a player he were, and go to Stoke and sign a fucking centre forward. What's that about? Right, Jimmy Dunn. I don't give a toss whether he's free in summer or he's 3.7 million in fucking. We needed him. We needed a centre half.
Mate, right, what pisses me off, right? You could have got. We were low on strikers, yeah. I get it. Campbell were injured,
We weren't low on strike. Do you know when people say, "Oh, we only had him"? We've got Ryan One here. He's going to fucking Liverpool for 12 million. They're not coming knocking on door for fucking Kiefer Moore or Tom Cannon. They're coming for Ryan One.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So one here for me. Just chuck him in. Yeah. Chuck him in and sign a centre off.
Exactly. You get one on loan, don't you?
That decision to not sign a centre off and just go with them two.
We knew about it all month. Boxing Day, he got injured. Suter. No, sorry.
Yeah,
we're Boxing Day, weren't it?
Yeah, we're Burnley at home. So we're Boxing Day. Yeah.
So to go all the way through January, then panic fucking sign Rob Holding, who's hardly played. What the fuck? What have we done? Why?
Rob Holding would have been fine if the day that we signed him, we gave him 20 minutes, then we gave him half an hour, then we gave him a full game. And he even said in an interview, he played a game Holding. I forgot what game it was. He played a game, and they interviewed him after. He might have even got man at match, and he says, "I'm here to play games." He goes, "I'm local. I live just off at fucking Snake Pass or whatever. I'm here to play games. It's about getting minutes under my belt." Where is he for the next 3 games after that? So I'm bench with a blanket around his fucking knee.
We've thrown a rape gasket there, right? Because do you think he's going to want to come back now?
No.
No way. No way. Not happening.
And do you know what?
Can't see it.
Do you know something? I can see him going to a championship rival and scoring a header against us.
They just start up that one. Playoff final.
It won't shock me. It won't shock me whatsoever.
Do you know what it is with Holding though? You watch him play. He's a captain. Do you know what I mean? He's a captain.
100%.
He's a leader. So,
but where he's been?
What's happening?
His CV makes him a captain, wouldn't it?
Exactly. So,
100%.
He's that good and that controlled, right? He made Robbo look good when they played together against what game were it?
Bristol night match at home.
Yeah. Made him look good, right? So it's I just don't get it. You could have had Darling for a couple of mil. You could have had Dunn for a couple of mil. These are players out of contract. It's like,
but you know what? You know with them players as well. They were players that had played on that Saturday. They were fit. They were ready to go. You just fucking signed them and you just fucking chuck a red and white shirt on them on Saturday. They're ready to go. With Holding, what you had to do is you had to give him 10 minutes. You had to give him 20 minutes. You had to get him training. You had to basically give him like a mini pre-season at end of January when we had bigger fish to fry. We had fucking Leeds at home to worry about, not getting Rob Holding fucking another 20 minutes. So that were the one thing, like I'm going to keep saying it because I don't want to come across like a Wilder knocker. But
Yeah.
that were the one thing where I'm gonna say that were fucking suicidal, losing Suter and signing a centre forward. And I'm not knocking Tom Cannon either, by the way, because I think he has got a chance to come good.
Yeah, I
But
think
at that
there is a
time,
player in there.
yeah, 100%. But at that time, we didn't need a fucking centre forward, mate. Come on,
No.
you can't lose Suter. And I'll tell you what it'd be like. To me, it's exactly the same. If Cooper had got injured, it'd be the same as going and signing a fucking left winger and just chucking Adam Davis back in there. Pointless. You've got to replace what you've lost. We lost Suter.
Exactly.
You go and sign a big fucking centre half that's playing every week. That's what you do.
Do you know what I wouldn't have minded? Jake Cooper from Millwall. I think he'd have been a brick for us.
I don't like that other kid from Millwall, Tanganga.
Yeah, you will, but I'm not paying 15 million for him.
Well, if we want to pay 10 million for Tanganga, he's only 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
You had Suter who were big. If you replace him with Jake Cooper, it's still the same type of player, isn't it?
Yeah.
My brother's an Arsenal fan, 100%. And I asked him yesterday. I said, why? Why ain't Holding playing? Is there something wrong with him? And he says he's always been a good player. He don't understand why Holding isn't playing.
By the way, I don't know if you lads notice it, but I sit on South Stand like H, that sort of end. So I'm usually, for one of the halves, it's usually second half. First half, sorry. I'm always online with their centre backs. Why is every team that comes to Bramall Lane just so much fucking bigger than us? They see, does anybody else notice that, or is it just me?
Yeah.
Fucking Norwich came and they've got that Doyle at centre back. They've got that other fucking what I forgot his name, but just fucking absolute fucking monsters. Preston come monsters. We just seem to fucking Elm's tall, but he's built like a fucking e-cig. You know what I mean? He's just fucking. It's just all arms and legs, isn't he? He's like a fucking giraffe. Jack Robinson, he's not big for a centre half. Burrows, I like Burrows, but he's tiny. Chowdhury, it's his hair what makes him big. We just go. You know, like Sunday League teams have trials. Get fucking trials and get some massive, big, horrible cunts in there who just rough people up. We've relied for years and years on McBurney coming back and winning headers from.
Yeah. I think they were expecting the same
forward. You should have fucking centre halves that come out and take everything. And we've got, like I said, we've got Anel who's he's just not that player, and we've got Jack Robinson who's just not big enough. Surely we need some bigger fucking players. We had it in Suter again.
Yeah,
we had that presence,
everything,
and we just
everything in there.
We just gave it away. We just said, "Well, tell you what, we don't need it."
Joey, it's when we played Burnley away, and I watched that Estevez.
Oh,
mate, it was just the little things what he was doing. He doesn't look strong, but he would bang more off the ball that don't out there. Campbell, I think Campbell's a pretty strong lad. Campbell could not budge him off that ball, mate, and that's something what we really like. I don't know what it is about Robinson. Anel same. Anel gets beat. He wants to rug everyone. There's no leadership on that.
Another side that's just come to my head. West Brom. We couldn't break West Brom down. They were just that fucking kid who we had on loan from Arsenal years ago. Is it Bartley? Kyle Bartley. Kyle Bartley. He's just fucking massive. He's built like a fucking like Super Tramp. He's fucking massive. Why can't we have some of them? Why can't we have big, massive centre halves?
When we were at his best this season. Oh, sorry. Go on.
One more.
Go on, Molly.
Egan from West Brom. Hellick from Oxford. They're big fuckers.
Yeah, big cunts.
So
why can't we attract players like that?
Been a good signing. That Ellie could have been a very good signing, I think.
Yeah,
personally.
Another big cunt. I don't know if you agree. I don't know if you agree. He were a forward, but he ran fucking Armadodzic and Robinson ragged. Colby Bishop at Portsmouth. He played number 9 up front on his own. What a fucking beast he were. He treated them to like under 12s treat under 5s. He just smashed fuck out of both from all afternoon. He just dominated them both.
Him from Plymouth, that Tajani, 6'5", and he can run, not like Mo. Do you know what I mean? He had a bit of pace like Tajani.
I worked for Bristol, not in playoffs, but obviously
Stuart
in normal
Armstrong.
games. Yeah,
Stuart Armstrong.
No, it's Sinclair.
Oh, it's Sinclair Armstrong, isn't it? Yeah, Sinclair Armstrong. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He looks absolutely dangerous.
He terrorised us at then. Terrorised us.
Just a fucking and what's his one attribute? What we've just been talking about? He's a big cunt. He's massive, physical, fucking specimen. We've got fucking 5'4" players rolling about on the floor saying my legs hurt and I want to go off. Get some of these big cunts in.
How many players got injured at Wembley?
Fuck me. Well, it'd be easy to tell you how many didn't get injured.
He's right. He's right.
Why did we sign Ben Diaz?
Ben Brereton Diaz looks like, when we signed him in Premier League, whatever he's been doing from now till then, it looks like he's been on heroin. It looks like he's been smoking cigarettes. It looks like he's got a drink problem. He just looks 30 years older, 30 years fucking less fit. I can't believe drop-off in a player. And I thought he were brilliant in Premier League. Brilliant, but just a shadow.
I think Wilder trusted him. Wilder trusted him. That's what I think.
Can I just say, Wilder's brought in all players, apart from Cannon, none of them were playing. None of them were playing at all. They were all bench warmers.
So what have I just said a minute? You have to give little pre-seasons during when we're preparing for big games. We haven't got time to fuck about bedding players in.
Exactly.
Same old United, always fucking it up. Eating it away for years, since 2003.
Right, so I don't understand the concept of getting Ben Diaz in and playing him on right. He has not played on right since he were at Forest, and only that were a couple of games. I don't understand the logic behind it. He made his name under left for Blackburn's. Do you know what I mean? It was a goal scoring machine. His goal to game ratio was up there with some of the best strikers in league. So why the hell is he playing on right?
You've just answered it about 5 minutes ago, because you said, why do we do everything to get Aimer on left? That's the reason.
Yeah.
Because Aimer's playing on that left, and that's it. We could have signed fucking Vinicius Junior. You know what I mean? If he were a left wing, Aimer would have still been on that left wing, because for some reason that's where he needs to play this season.
Right, so we'll lose Anel, we'll lose Sousa, we'll lose Armour. Give me 3 players you're replacing them with.
Well, we're having one each.
No, 3 each.
Wow.
This is going to be unpopular. Sousa, I'm going to go straight to Southampton and try and get Shea Charles. Aimer, are we calling him a left winger or a centre mid? Either way, I'm going for Signs from Norwich. I think he just got 16, 17 goals and he had a 10-game ban for spitting at someone. And then Armadodzic, we've just talked about it, Jimmy Dunn.
Yeah.
About you, Maura?
Obviously, I'd go same with Signs, but if I've got to choose another one, Ben Doak. And like in Burnell, I think obviously if we can get him, Hegem. If we can.
Yeah.
And centre mid, I liked him we were last year. Were it Tyler Morton or something daft like
Tyler
that?
Morton.
In
Tyler Morton.
That youngster at Liverpool.
Yeah.
I just think Shea Charles to piss them cunts off.
I'd go Josh Murphy.
Josh Murphy.
For him. Right. Simple as. I'd go Will Smallbone at Southampton for Vinny. We've been there before. He looks a steady player. They didn't want to lose him, did they?
Is he injury prone, him?
Don't think he's injury prone.
He
I'm
will
not
be when he's
100%
at
sure. I
Sheffield
can't
United.
confirm. I won't be able to confirm that though. I won't be able to confirm that. But I would go for small one.
Good player.
And then centre back. I'd go and get that Ellick. Telling you.
Mm.
Look how many goals he got for Oxford in that horrendous season.
Yeah.
You give
Good player.
him to come to a promotion, right? Because we are going to be up there for
Yeah, of course.
top 6 next season, right? If you give him that option to come to us, I believe he'd come. Personally,
Right, so I'm going to go for Ty Dolan from Blackburn on a free. Big
He's
Ben
left,
Sheaf
hasn't he?
from
He's left Blackburn, hasn't he?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Free. Perfect replacement for Armour. Big Ben Sheaf from Coventry.
Good player.
And Ben Cabango from Swansea.
Oh,
Another good player.
that's a shout. That is a shout because he's good with his feet as well, and he is tall.
Yep.
Don't nobody want Shea Charles just to see their faces?
I would.
Listen, I'm right. They can have their little fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? Just let them have their share shows, right? Because they've got fuck all over us else, right? They can go on about, oh, we sold all these tickets for Wembley. Mate, call me send down. They're all day trippers. You sold out 67% of your fucking stadium all season. Call me send down. Do you know what I mean?
Only
You know my take on that, and I've been I've got a couple of Wednesday fans who are mates, and I said, look, I went, are you on it? Man United are a bigger club than Man City. We all agree on that. Sheffield Wednesday, they've got more fans than Sheffield United. We'll agree on that. Are you honestly telling me now you would rather be at this moment a Man United fan than a Man City fan? Don't talk fucking bollocks. They've got just like Sheffield United have got over Sheffield Wednesday. Man U have got more fans than Man City. It stops there. Then Man City have got a better manager. They've got better players. They've got a better training ground. They've got a better bank balance. They've got a better academy. They've got better league positions. They've got a better fucking achievement record in the last 10, 15 years. They've got better everything than you. So you can't have a fucking weighing scale and all you've got on one end is we take more fans to fucking Wembley. And then we've got all that on the other side and then you're trying to fucking argue. Like you're arguing, what you're arguing is just fucking pointless. Because like I said, just look at Man U and Man City. Man U, they've got more fans, but that's it. That is it. Everybody else would pick everything Man City have got. Just like in Sheffield, you might pick Wednesday's fucking fans to go to a big game. So fucking what? Then what? You're not taking Wednesday's team to a big game. You're not fucking training on Wednesday training ground. You're not taking a manager that don't want to be there. You're not taking a bank balance that you can't even afford to pay players. You're not taking a chairman that don't even talk fucking English. So don't give me that shit that because you've got more fans at a big game that you're a better side. There's two different words, bigger and better. If you want to have your little we're bigger card, you fucking take it because we're better than you. And we're not just better than you at one thing, we're better than you at everything. Everything. Anything you want to fucking name, we're better than you are.
I said to Jimmy on Saturday, right, and I might have said it to you, Ricky, I'd rather have 28 diode blades there, right, than have 34,000 with, like we do when we go in Premier League. Yeah. We sell that stadium out every week in Premier League because they're all tourists and all that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 28,000 fans that follow the club, Every match I've been to away this season, you always see the same people.
Yep.
Always. I didn't have a season ticket this season. I've only missed 8 games all season.
Yeah.
Home and away. Right, I've been paying out of my own pocket without a season ticket.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me they're doing that down road at Hillsborough? No, they're not.
They can't even sell out their own
It's
stadium.
all right. Let them have that. They can take 35,000 to Wembley. Let them have it.
Because that's it. It fucking stops there. Your argument stops there. Yeah. We've got one player, and we've got several of them. But I could name you one player, and I could give you that one off a list of about 7 that's worth your entire squad. Exactly. You know what I mean? You don't get in that argument with me when we've got £30 million players and you've got a fucking £16 million squad. because it's just a fucking stupid argument what you're having. It's like us trying to argue with fucking, I don't know, Spurs that we're fucking better than them. Or Bournemouth. Because we've got more fans than Bournemouth, we're better than them. I wouldn't even get in that argument. I would tell Bournemouth that we've got more fans than you. Of course I would. But don't start trying to say that you're fucking better than us or slagging our manager off or slagging our players off, because you do.
Right.
It's embarrassing.
If we went to Bournemouth fans and said, we're better than your lot, they'd tell us to fuck right off.
Yeah.
They say, no, you're not.
Exactly what
You're
I
in
do to
Championship
them.
or we're in
Exactly
Premier League.
what I do to them. Yeah,
Do you know
exactly what I do to them.
You know, Wembley, I'll be honest with you, right? You know, when we sat there and then Sunderland started chanting me, that's the first time in my life where I've been at a football game and I've gone, fucking hell. Honestly, I won't say it intimidated me, but it worried me. I'm telling you, that was the first time I've ever gone to Wembley. Do you know what I mean?
A proper club. They're a proper club. There's no two ways about it. They're a proper club.
They shook the stadium, and then I'm thinking to myself, do we sound like that to them? Do you know what I mean? But oh, mate,
Did I hear saying your support is shit towards us?
I don't know. But do you know what? I will say this about Sunderland fans, right? The ones what I met, they were all sound, mate. They were all sound.
Yeah, they are.
I'll props to them. They weren't no dicks around.
How humble were they at end of the game when we when we all met up in Boxport to come back? They were like, they weren't none of this. They weren't none of this. They were saying, some of them were saying we were lucky.
Yeah, they were.
Right? And do you know what? I say it's not luck. At the end of the day, they took their chances. If we'd have took our chances, we'd have been 5-0 up.
Yeah. Without a doubt, mate. Do you know what pisses me off, though? It's like, it was a proper fairy tale, weren't it? You've got a young lad there, Sunderland fan, comes on, Tom Watson. He just, how can he just pick up a loose ball and just drive all the way through, curve it against one of the best keepers in league, and he just misses it? What chances? 95th minute. Do you know what I mean?
He's fucking off it, some of it,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And
you know when the net went down? You know when the net went down?
Yeah.
Right. Surely they've got to know he was concussed. If we've used the concussion substitution,
we did.
Right.
On.
Right. But why did we shove Vinny Souza into back four? Why didn't we make the substitution straight away?
My battery's about to die.
No worries, mate. Pleasure to have you.
See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
Take care.
Up Blades.
Up
the Blades. Oh, go on.
Yeah. Why didn't we make this substitution straight away?
Exactly.
Why haven't we? Why have we waited? Right? Because all that it's done is, I don't know if you've noticed, but that would have been a perfect triangle if Vinny Souza's there.
Yeah.
Because Brooks were making that run. Brooks were making that run down the wing. Mm-hmm. He were about to. If he turns that round corner, Kiefer Moore, right? Brooks is in again. Right? The problem is we've waited too long. We shouldn't. If he were when he's on floor, then medical staff need to be saying, right, he's not fit enough to continue. Get holding on. Don't shove Vinny Souza back into back four.
No. He's not a centre back, is he?
No. But like I said, Tom Watson does not pick that ball up. If Vinny Souza is not shoved into back four, the 4-2-3-1, he'd have been there to pick that ball up and then either try and spread it or make a pass. But we stood off and we got what we asked for. We did. We got what we asked for. And I've looked back at certain things. I don't agree with disallowed goal.
No, it's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. It were a goal, regardless.
What were I saying to Liam on back? What were I saying to Liam? I was going at him for kicking off that much. I then sat and watched it next day and kicked off just as much as he did.
Exactly.
You've got Mike Dean on Sky Sports saying, it shouldn't be disallowed. You've got, we all complain about Andy Hinchcliffe and Don Gunman.
Mm-hmm.
Even they're saying it.
Mate, the worst thing about it, right? Fucking everyone had accepted it were a goal. Sunderland's fans accepted it. Referee had accepted it. Then fucking nice little flash VAR checking fucking possible offside. Get fucked, mate. It's
They just had to get involved. They just had to get involved. But do you know what? It just makes me glad that I don't have to deal with that next season.
Yeah.
Because it's all that's all it's going to be. These, like, I'd say out of 3 going up, Leeds have probably got best chance. Sunderland have got no chance. Right, and you asked all for their fans. You asked all for their fans. Do you think you've got a chance of stopping up? No.
No, we know they aren't.
No.
Do you know what fucking's ironic though? What irritates me, right? Who were it who took an L out?
Tom Cannon.
I thought it was Finger more.
No, it was them two clashed together because Cannon went down at the same time.
No, it was more what went down. Cannon were on the edge of box.
Oh, worry.
Yeah,
I thought it was Cannon. Because
No,
there were a lot of people saying that it was Cannon that made that pass, but it weren't. It was Kiefer Moore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It were more what took out an L, and then
See you
5 seconds later, it were more what did back pass. But you know what? More were their best player because they did fuck all between that. Apart from that little flash of brilliance from my ender, no. They sat, pressed it a few times. I mean, I don't know why Job's getting all this praise. I thought he was wank. I didn't see all what impressed me. And he's fucking off to Germany, huh?
I always believed, he said. I always believed. What? He believed in that first 70 minutes they were going to win that game.
No, what the fuck?
They weren't nowhere near it.
No.
They weren't, it's like I said, the problem is with us, right? In that second half, we had 2 errors leading to goals, and they scored 2 goals. In Premier League last year, every time we made an error, did it lead to a goal? I don't know what it is.
Our positional play is fucking wank, man, right? Every ball, what Kiefer won and flicked it on for front, it was to no one. Right? Is a striker, 2 strikers or something, they should know what other one's doing, right? I know if I've got a big lad here, as soon as he wins that ball, he's knocking it forward. So I should be running. Do you know what I mean? I should be running onto these balls. Who the fuck's he heading it onto? Because there were no cunt there. It's a joke, mate. Absolute joke. Positional play on this team's cost us this year. And I don't know. The coaching staff, we need a bit of help there, mate, honestly, because I like Wilder, I really do, and I do think it's best option for us in this division. But I just need a bit more. I need a bit more from him.
100%. I think. What did we actually change the medical staff when Wilder said they were going to do it? Because he said it in Premier League, didn't he? When we were having all these injuries, all with that Eke.
No,
we said we were.
Wilder came in after Eke and said, "Oh, there's some rate problems because Eke's made him run." Basically, Eke made him run, didn't he? And so they always look tired. But I can't see no improvement. Why the fuck can't Campbell do 90 minutes?
God knows.
He's had a full season. People can say, "Oh, it's because he didn't have a pre-season." Mate, he's had 46 games to get fit. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, mate. I just don't understand how a professional athlete can't play 90 minutes.
I don't.
I just want to...
Not when it's end of season. Like I said, you're supposed to get fitter as season goes on.
Exactly.
Right. I'm on 3% battery, boys.
I know, I'm going to shoot up in a minute anyway.
Yep, no worries, boys. So I'll let you get off. Thanks for joining me. Obviously, we'll have to do it again. I think we're going to receive maybe once a month. We'll have a show.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
I'm definitely up for it, mate.
Pleasure. So I'll let you all get
nice for having us.
Let me just end on one note. What happened to you after that game, Maury?
Yeah.
Listen, ignore them. Ignore them, mate. You carry on doing what you're doing, mate. Don't listen to little fucking idiots.
Oh no, I think what got more riled up with me is obviously my mum were there as well, and she was like, "Come on, just go." I was like kind of saying, "What are you on about?" You know. So she went, "Oh, just come on, just walk off." And it's just fans. This is what I don't get as well. We'll end on this. Fans, because we lost the other day, we were fighting each other.
Yeah. It always
That's
happens,
just-
though, doesn't it?
It's
Always
frustration,
know.
isn't
happens.
it? It's frustrations, isn't it? That's
It's
all it is.
wrong.
Yeah. Exactly. But I just want to say, listen, don't let them get to you. You carry
I'm
on
not letting
doing
them
your stuff,
bastards get me
mate.
down.
No, don't, mate.
Thank you.
All right, pal. Right.
Right, take care, you
I'll
both.
catch you later, boys. Yeah.
You too. Take care, you both. Have a good
See
day.
you later. Up there,
Nice one.
blades.
Cheers.
Let's
Bye.
A bit up the blades.
in a bit.
Bye.
Right. Right, I'm gonna go through comments, see what's what. Oh, yeah. Right, so Sean, evening. It's taken me up to today to write anything. The VAR decision was correct. Vinny was offside. The problem was the time it took. So this is, mate, I understand it took a long time to write, but the VAR decision was incorrect. Vinny was not, well, he was in an offside position, but he had no interference with the ball. As the ball was played, the keeper had clear view of the ball. So I've got to disagree with that one. Wilder's number one hater. Mate, like I said, he has got flaws, Wilder. He really has got flaws, but like I said, he's probably the best we're going to get in this league. So we've got to back him, haven't we? Never want to see more anywhere near the lane again. I'm split on it, mate. I'll be honest with you. As for Wilder, another display of how declaring he is just passionate merchant, just got him gone. Like I said, I've got to disagree. He has got his flaws. Toronto Blade, can't hear you. Yeah, cheers, pal. I did have my sin on mute. I did mess it up a little bit. Yeah, Maury, you did say that. How can a team who finish 24 behind top 22 take series as precautioners for 24 points in Casimir's gap? Playoffs are now complete force. Yeah, I totally agree, mate. For the gap, it's ridiculous. But you can't argue with rules. It's there, innit? I think 20 minutes is age. Yeah, definitely, mate. We all seem to run out of pace when we're around 70th minute. We did it against Leeds, and it's not, like I said, it's not first time we've done it. Why do we look an unfit team? Because I wouldn't say we're running about that much all game. Can someone explain? I'm not a doctor. I don't know like science regarding peak performance and all this. Like, if someone can like let me know what are they doing wrong? Why aren't they peaking properly? But it's a bit ridiculous if you ask me. Too many fish pies I'm talking about, Emma. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what I mean. The lack of passion in players. I mean, you can look at Armour Weed crying and saying he loves clubs and all that, lot, mate. It's just a failure on his record. Like I said, next year when he's at a different club, this will just be a distant memory for him. Media darlings. Remember Bogle one day last season? Hit for forward training back to our match. Yeah, we are down, mate. It's ridiculous. Players, I don't like I say. John Stead, I remember against Wigan last game at season. I think it was the 06 season. He scored that goal with Edo, but he threw his body for that goal. You don't see players doing that anymore. Evening, Jimmy. I said on tube, Robinson will drop a clanger. Yeah, you're correct, mate. His positional play, I've been saying it for months. His positional play is probably his worst attribute. It's not his aggression to in game or his leadership. His positional play, and that's what really lets him down because he gets caught on his heels all the time. Wrong side of his man. Paul Mountain, right man, Mountain. Didn't lay a glove on him for first goal. With you on Robinson. Wilder's loyalty to him at second half of the season is baffling, holding far better. Without a doubt, mate. 100 times better. 100 times better. Robin should never have been anywhere near at squad well. Oldham were fit. He proved it by playing 2 consecutive games. He should have been starting personally. Not ready for the Prem, a blessing in disguise, the fiasco. Yeah, definitely, mate. We weren't ready, not at all, far from it. But what it does, it brings money into the club and it opens the prospects of better players. Do you know what I mean? It preps you for the season after, I'd say. Complete absence of talent seems to believe comfortability. Yeah. What is it? What do you think it is? What's keeping us from progression to that next step? Like I said, why is it when we 1-0 up, we decide to go inside ourselves and shell up? I just don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, Wilder keeps talking about mentality we in the squad and now they're confident they can do it and all this lot. But I don't. Why did it look scared constantly? Is it because we've seen so many games out with a 1-goal lead this season? I don't know. He's tactically stubborn. Yes, he is, mate. I totally agree with you. Great debating, lads. Some very good points and great knowledge. Thank you very much. Nice change from self-bigging up, slapping on the back, Bootlicker and Prince. Wow, Prince and the Wild, unlike your 2 big cousins on YouTube. Let me join. Yeah, I did saw that, Daniel. I did put link in the comments for you to join, but maybe next time. Yeah. If Farmer goes, the opportunity knocks for Blaster. What do you mean by that, mate? Opportunity knocks for Blaster. Does it mean like Blaster will be the main man? Like it opens up a spot for him? I don't know, mate. Gladstone House has the balls to bring up Palmer. Making a good pass here and there doesn't make him the good player. I think he is a good player, mate. I just think he is very inconsistent. But one question I do want to ask you all, right, is do you think he deserved to win player of the season? Because me personally don't. I think some players did bit better than him. Because like I say, I think he was inconsistent. And the fact that it looks like he's broke his leg every 60th, 70th minute. I don't know. I don't know, mate. It's hard. He is a good player, but what you got to ask yourself, why has no top club come in for him before? Gibbs helped element. Yeah, of course he did, mate. I think Gibbs White, when he played for us that season, but he was by far like head and shoulders above everyone, mate. It was great, and we can't hate on him. Yeah, like I know he went to Forest or we missed his, but mate, look where he is. He's playing for England. He's a great player. He's a great player. Far better than Armour, I can just say. I was always cut out the skill. Why Wilder probably running impact. Yeah, I think so as well, mate. To be honest with you, I do. Raksaka, he never had that big long run, did he? Do you know what I mean? And what always irritates me is the fact Raksaki and Gilchrist worked for the first half at season. So why did we throw it in bin? Because it was good. Because Gilchrist had a couple of bad games. What? I don't. Because he bought in Diaz. But then he's just changing squad around just to make fit for players, innit? Raki was injured. Oh, is that for the final? I didn't know that, mate. Players won't have any confidence listening to some of our fans online. End of the day, we will always have players who are inconsistent. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I get that. But sometimes you suspect a bit more for what they're doing. Just that little bit extra effort, that extra run. Just summit. Oh, sorry, I missed one. We haven't got. Yeah, sorry, Ro. You should have just jumped in, mate. Sultan El Potter for months, then he reverts back to Robbo instead of signing a centre half. Yeah, mate, I totally agree with you. I'm not being funny, right? But the centre back partnership of Anel and Robbo conceded 104 goals. What's that telling you? It's not the best partnership, is it? Confidence and self-belief is very fragile in this team. Any setbacks they fold, go behind fold, upper equalise they fold, see absolutely lack of belief. Mate, you absolutely spot on with that comment. Spot on. I've seen how many times have we seen it this season? I think there's a point where I think it's 60th minute. When he makes his substitutions, other than the Bristol game where I saw him make substitutions and we've carried on and we've carried on, we've gone to kill the game. How many times has it happened? We just sit back and just like come and have a go at us. And I did mention this before the game. I thought I think I mentioned it on watching View from a Mountain on Blades Ramble. I said that if we sat back, we'd lose. And what's happened? We sat back. It's ridiculous. And mate, do you know the most heartbreaking thing about it? I was sat there, and when they scored that goal, I could feel myself whelping up a bit, and I wanted to cry. But then I looked over at my son, and he was proper crying his eyes out, and it broke me. It broke me. It's like, when are we going to have our moment like that? That were a story, fairy tale. Do you know what I mean? Last minute goals. You've just been promoted to Premier League from a last minute goal at Wembley. Do you know what I mean? You can't write it, can you? This was actually overrated in the Prem. Do you know what it were, right? I think he did well in Prem, but I think it was more his passion than what he did. He looked like he was trying. It's hence why Robinson won Player of the Year. It's a placebo because they looked like they were getting the effort. They weren't actually great players. It was I think it was just the effort people saw. It's like when Ben Osborne come back to the screen, come back into the team. Weren't a great player. It was just the efforts, but everyone were raving about him how good he was doing. Nah. Ginger Smoker, nice name. Wilder has no tactical flexibility, so that's why he plays players out of position. It's system first, not players first. Wilder prioritize system. Mate, I agree with you with that one. I really do. His second season in Premier League, on his first stint, his tactics got found out and he couldn't adapt and change anything. And it got found out. And I think this season, I remember when he went to this new system, he says the team could play in many different ways and all this lot, but we've only started seeing it towards back end of this season in the 4-4-2. But it's just fucking annoying, isn't it? You'd expect a bit more from team with players we've got. There's a shit championship, in my opinion. Don't want him back. No, mate. I don't want him back, to be honest with you. Look at John Brayford. He come on loan from Cardiff. Great. One of the best right backs at that time. Sign him on a permanent. He was absolutely dogger. Whoa, sorry. Why? What did you have to get off your chest? Interesting. My comment got deleted. I don't know why that's happened. I ain't deleted anything. Repeat comment I want to read. We had to stick Sousa at centre back. Yeah, I get that. I do believe Sousa has played centre back a couple of times though for Real Sociedad. Immediately goes, pal. More tucking out. Yeah, I know he did. Oh, loads of flicks. Yeah. Do you know what it is? I can't fault more. I do like him. I feel like he's missing a big part of his game and I can't figure out what it is. For a 6'5" bloke, I don't think he's that strong. And I don't know. I feel like we haven't played to his strengths either, so I can criticise more, but then I can criticise tactics as well. Like someone said it perfect a minute ago, is system first rather than players. We've not played to many players' strengths this season, I don't think. One moment. What kind of took? No, it were more. Some kind of. Are you sure? I'm sure it were more. Because I remember looking and kind of being stood on edge at box and Mo were rolling about on the floor as well behind him. Keith almost scored. I hope we don't sign Hammer. Too overweight and can't last a full season. You're right, mate. You're right. He really needs a bit of one-on-one time with fucking new Chirish. I can't even say it. Yeah, one of the people that make you eat better. Forgive my vocabulary, not great there. Wilder has been outplayed and needs. But who do you replace him with? Do you know what I mean? We get rid of Wilder. Who do you replace him with? Because there's not that many options out there. You've got Steve Cooper, a bit of Dyche, and what do you do? If you was the owners, what would you do? I'd say, right, under this new regime, give him a chance until January, give him the funds, see where we go. If he's still failing by January, then yeah, by all means, get rid of him. Do you know what I mean? Give him a proper funding this transfer window, and we'll see what happens. But why do we need to get rid of our best players? Is it because a parachute payments? What do you reckon these new owners can fund us just to keep the players and then go again? Or do you reckon we have to sell them? Oh yeah, 100%, mate. That first half, we battered him. Fine. No, it's not a scapegoat, mate. It's just individual errors highlighted. That's all it is. Jamie, good luck, Blaze, next season. It's from Sunderland fan. You're a problem. Mate, appreciate that. I thank you for reaching out and having a comment. Like I said, when I saw your fans singing, that was one of the first times in my life where a fan base has actually got me a bit nervous. And when you sung, I think it was the Elvis song, oh, mate, amazing. And then big flags you had, proper well done, mate. Your fan base, honestly, it's up there. It's got to be one of the best in country. Good luck. Thank you, mate. All the best for you as well. Like I say, hopefully you do stay up and we can join you next season. Ridiculous behaviour towards more. Shameful. Mate, it's my opinion. Don't mean it's right, does it? Do you know what I mean? You've got your opinion. You might think it's great, but for me, when we signed him, we ain't got what I thought we were getting. Jaden Bogle, doodles. Yeah. You're right. Jaden Bogle in Championship is probably one of the best right backs, but you'll see next season he will get exposed like nobody's business in Premier League. He's not a Premier League right back. Meljo needs to join. Love his opinion. Well, door were open to anybody tonight, mate. Anybody could have joined. So why were people tell me he seems a nice lad who's abusing? Right. So what I can believe happened were Maury come out of Wembley and he were vlogging, and some Sheffield United fans had started abusing him and started on him, which is totally uncalled for. Do you know what I mean? Number one, you stick up for your own. Like, just because you're bitter of what's happened. I were angry, but I'm not running around starting abuse at other fans. Do you know what I mean? Like, just have a bit of respect. Should have left him be. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, some United fans started on him for no reason, really. A bit joke. Michael Watson, Munch, right? Munch was unreal, in my opinion. Their defence didn't know what to do with him until he went off. Then United bottled it. Yeah, mate, we did bottle it. Right? You could see the demeanour in the players. As soon as that goal from VAR got disallowed, you could just see it. It sucked it out of us. First time I've dropped on one of your streams, doing a great job. I really enjoyed this. I'll hold you to your Jeff Cassette. yeah. Mate, if well, not a lot of people will know. On the coach back, I ranted and raved and said the second coming of Jesus were coming with Jefferson Caceres and it will be a star man next season. It probably won't happen, but you never know. As a Leeds fan, Somerville shouldn't have won it last season. Same with Emma. Yeah, I agree, mate. Right. I know Armour's our player and he has done well this season, but I don't think he deserved it. I really don't. Like I said, Dan James for you. If you look at his career and all, his numbers this season, amazing. He did a really good job for you. And I'm not trying to blow smoke up his arse, but he really did do a good job. Why you spent $2 million on a striker you didn't? Yep. Quality player in Soto who got injured, then replaced with quality. Yep. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to explain. I don't get it. I don't understand the logic behind it. It's like, if we put up a good impression with Odin, because I'm not being fun. Odin at our club is arguably the best centre back, better than Anel, better than Robbo. Do you know what I mean? If it were case, Anel would be a top Premier League club, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? I think his opinion of himself is a bit higher than what we really should have been, but I want to see what our recruitment is this summer, because I don't mind losing Anel, I don't mind losing Souza, I don't mind losing Armour. It's who do we replace him with? Because, like, obviously, you lot know you had to lose Rutter, you had to lose Somerville, and it made a better squad than losing them individuals. I know he won't. Yeah. I'm just hoping he gets the support. Yeah, mate. He is good. He is good. I'm not saying he is bad. But Premier League, mate, it's a different animal. It's a different animal this year. And it's just getting bigger, that gap every year. You're talking 150 million plus just to try and compete, just to have a chance. And at 14, yeah, I do believe you'll get back in by 49ers, but do you think, realistically, do you think you're going to be up there next season? Do you think you'll stay up? Well, thanks for having me on the stream. Thanks, Sarah, mate. You too. We know what support from people is much. Yeah, mate. Always. I don't think the second should have stood, but our Watson's for United. Oh, mate. It's all right. At least we had something to play for. Right. We did. Yeah. Depends. Oh, we've got a viewer here.
Hi,
Hey,
pal, you all right?
Yeah,
I am a Leeds fan, so Sheffield fans don't. No, on the whole, honestly, I was shocked when I saw.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was in Benidorm, and it were mental. Loads of Leeds fans and Sheffield fans, and I saw that final goal. Like, wow!
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't believe it because you were brilliant. That first half, you were quality.
Mate,
Moore were running the show. Campbell were. Hamer were quality. I mean, the pass for Campbell, it's a brilliant goal. Quality.
In between two players, it were great.
And I thought from then, right, Sheffield were going to boss this, and you did. You were completely. Someone had no idea what they were doing.
Nope.
No idea whatsoever. Sheffield controlled everything, and then since Brooks had that, obviously the second goal was given offside. I think it should have been given.
Yeah,
he's not interfering with play.
We're on opposite side of ball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Keep had a clear line view with it. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Before obviously I do, I love your channel. Love what you do. I've watched Jimmy since him and Connor started doing. I think he's brilliant. I think his passion for Ada at times is a little bit over. Yeah, it can be. But as you're a fan, we were the same with Bielsa. We lauded him at times. He had his errors. One sec.
No problem. Let's go without comments while this is happening. The gulf between it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, mate. Like I say, if we had gone up, we didn't need to spend about 200 million just to try and compete. And who's got 200 million these days? We are breaking PSR or financial fair play and all that lot. It's ridiculous.
Sorry, pal.
No worries, mate.
No, back to the Bielsa, same world. We absolutely lauded him. He had faults in him. He'd only have one way of playing, and he was too stubborn to change. And eventually, it got found out. He over burned the players, where you were saying about Ekibottom. But we still loved him, and we backed him even when the whole world was against us. It was like that. But Sheffield deserved to go up. And I remember the comment earlier about the gap. It's ridiculous, isn't it, that a team in because Sunderland past March were on the beaches. They accepted playoffs, and every game they'd take as it is. But that Brooks chance was massive. When he got given to him. Go on.
I just don't get it, right? It's you went through it for years, right? The chances are there, and you're just not taking them.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can not go from killing games off when you're controlling it. It's like this year, your lot have been unbelievable. You had that little wobble, but
Yeah.
your goal output, you could outscore any team in league, and that's what it is. We can't do that. We ain't got the players to do that. And
You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
The reason why, because you got rid of Rutter and Somerville. All last season, all he played for was Rutter and Somerville. If Rutter and Somerville didn't turn up, Leeds didn't turn up. We're very inconsistent pass. Got smashed by 4-0 by QPR. Many results because everything went through Somerville. Once we sold Somerville, Rutter, Gray had to go because the PSR thing. I really didn't want him to go because he was a quality player, but the chance at Premier League, you're not going to turn it down as an 18-year-old.
No, you're not.
But we became a better team. We got Tanaka for 3 million, which is an absolute steal. We got Solomon on loan, who for me there was very much questions because he was very injured prone. It was actually his wife who convinced him to play for Leeds and actually play. He wasn't very sure. Came there and absolutely smashed it. But yeah, we became a team, and I think that's what we need to do with Sheffield is get rid of Hamer. I think personally, but there is that questions that as much as he's a good player, why has no Premier League team ever come after him? There was rumours of Leeds going after him last season. Apparently, a swap deal with him and Pro. I don't think that was true. I doubt Leeds would ship out Pro to a rival promoted club with the ceiling Pro. He's got 19 goals, got the golden boot. But no, if you get rid of Hamer, I think Arblaster is a huge player. Really like Blaster before he got injured. You got unlucky. I think Blaster and Suter, who were an absolute animal at the back.
We'll match in Burnley for good.
You'll match Burnley because what Suter did, I watched Sheffield a lot, mainly because obviously you're rivals, but I just enjoy football. I remember watching Suter.
Just do us a favour, don't call us Sheffield United, not just Sheffield. There's still teams here and we hate them a lot.
Sheffield.
There you go.
And there's what Suter did, I remember seeing it. He protected it and he kind of got him out of trouble a lot. And not many, and fans would notice it because he just clean up. He was an experienced defender. He was a 6'7". He was great in the air. And when you lost him, I was really surprised that you didn't go out and replace him. Obviously, you got Holding, but you didn't play him. There was rumours of Jimmy Dunn, who, is a good player, but it's Championship. And if you want to aim for a high ceiling, you want to aim for better. Tanganga, great player. Obviously, at Tottenham previously, played in the Premier League quite a bit and then shipped him out to Millwall. Remember, he scored against Leeds, very sloppy goal. Great defender, was the right bully. You got Holding. Took him a little while to get in the team. Got benched quite a while. I remember Jimmy complaining his head off. And then he comes in team. Must be games later. Did really well. And then Robinson's back in. It's mental. And then for the biggest game at. So, and you said it earlier, actually, great point. You didn't need to go out straight away because the game was in control. You didn't. Robinson didn't need a start. You needed, but I think next year, I think you go up as champions next season. If you need to, because I think as much as obviously the rival between Sheffield United and Leeds, I love watching Sheffield United. I love the days of when Baldock and what was it, Fleck, just annoying lads, Basham arriving.
I love the banter between us both.
I do as well.
A few years ago, it was very bit with me. I was a bit ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? But obviously it's Connor and Jimmy. What's probably like
it has definitely
broke this barrier. Do you know what I mean? And now it's like it's your team, and your lot are just as passionate about your team as we are. And in that, it's like now we're on this like balancing act where we understand each other. Do you get what I mean? And it's like. The derby should be in the Premier League. It shouldn't be on here.
And I thought the first game you were awful. I'm not sure. I was very surprised when because we were on a bit of a bad streak. I remember start, and I was like, oh God. Because obviously I remember it was the international break. Melier just dropped one in. God, against Sunderland, and then we have due after international break, and I thought, right, we've got a game here. They're going to come at us. You just sat back. I mean, you're Jamie Shackleton. I mean, it says it all.
Right, were he any good for you?
No, the thing with Shackleton was he reverse style player like yours for you. He's a
Yeah.
Swiss Army knife. It's a bit like young Stuart Dallas. But
I'd like to say he is a versatile player, but I haven't bloody seen him.
no, that's his one thing, his injury. But one thing with Shackleton was he'd run his arse off. He'd run it. He's run his legs. He's got that, and you could put him at right back, left back, centre mid. But Bielsa never knew what to do with him, so we sent him on loan to Millwall. He did all right. I remember we sent Cresswell there as well, but he didn't do good there. And then Sheffield, very surprised you guys came after him. Very surprised you guys came after him.
Do you know what it is? I think it were, the time when we signed him, I think we didn't know what our budget were.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We just needed to fill some spots up. Do you know what I mean? So I think we just got a few squad players just to get them this. And then we went after, I think it was Burrows first and Cal O'Hare. Do you know what I mean? It all just followed on from that.
Is this the famous Jamie Dumpling?
It is indeed.
All right.
I love your ramble up roads. It's brilliant, mate. It's brilliant. I love how positive you are with Jimmy. I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm not here to glow. Honestly,
I've been watching it, mate. Don't worry.
Very surprised. It was. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I remember sat in a bar in Benidorm, loads of Sheffield fans, massive actually, quite outfit out there. A few Leeds fans around, Sunderland, there were loads, and we all just reacted the same way. We all looked at each other like, what has actually happened? Because no one expected it. Sunderland were good for the last 10, 15 minutes. And honestly, Michael Cooper, what a keeper. I love what Cooper does. He commands his box. And we didn't have that for the best part of 40 games because we had absolute hunger in net. I mean, Melier is a fraud. Shouldn't be anywhere near our club. And I wish we went after Cooper, but we don't have that. But no, it's horrible because as much as Sunderland, obviously they went down to League Championship, went down to League One. It's nice to see him get back up, but it just felt right for Sheffield United to be there, to break that playoff curse. Is it the 10th loss not to rub it in? We can't say we've never won playoffs.
Yeah, it's 10th time.
It's horrible, isn't it? It's the best way to go up, and it's horrible. I remember last year sat in a pub in Lincolnshire watching a TV with no audio. They had freaking music playing, and I watched Adam Armstrong put one in. We just didn't turn up, but you guys did. You were absolutely, honestly, brilliant. I think
you know what pissed me off? We were 2-0 up. How the fuck did we lose 2-1? Do you know what I mean? How is it even possible? Like I say, fairy tale ending, 95th minute. You can't write it.
Honestly, God, that's like Fulham. We were about 4-1 up or something, and then we lost.
We're 3-1 up. Yeah,
it's mental, isn't it? It's horrible. Playoffs. We've never had anything Leeds in playoffs in terms of never won. Remember Derby, we were 2-0 up, lost 4-3. Watford, God, it's awful.
It's like it happened when we played Joe at Bramall Lane, right? 60th minute, we look spent, we look fucked.
Yeah, we're awful. No, you turned up. But what I really want to know, it's a massive question because I've been on the season. Why does Sheffield United play absolutely awful in the last 20 minutes? What is it for 70 minutes? I won't say all games because I want to say most games of the season. I don't think you've been good. I think you've dug through them. The only games I can think of is one Coventry. Home. I remember Hamer scored a free kick. Leeds second game for 70 minutes. You were brilliant.
4 games, mate. We played good 4 games all season.
Playoffs.
I think to be honest, I think we shit ourselves a bit. I think we genuinely are a bit shell shocked still from last season, where we think, "Oh Christ, we could have this happen again."
There were only a few players there, so we shouldn't be shitting it, should we? Do you know what I mean?
No, it's Wilder that sets them up, and he'll be shell shocked himself.
And
it may just be a bit subconsciously where he goes, right, I can't bottle this. We need to get back and just get the result end of day, and goes, right, just sit back. And it can work wonders, as we've seen with the likes of Sean Dyche, and other times it can absolutely screw you over.
Here's a question then. Here's a question I'm interested. Do you think Wilder, and my answer is clear because of what happened in Plymouth, the time. I know it was something or nothing, but do you think his fan side overtakes him as a professional side in being a manager?
Yeah, without a doubt, mate. I think his passion blinds him a lot. Do you know what I mean? So I think sometimes he does make the wrong decisions. It's frustrating because sometimes I wish he'd pull his head out of his arse and stop being so stubborn. Do you know what I mean? Because he is like that, but is our manager at the end of the day, and we've got to
No,
back him.
yeah, of course you're gonna back him,
just,
and
just like Parker as we are. Do you know what I mean? But
it's different. It's massive. It's different in that. I'm glad you've actually mentioned Farker. Leeds fans, we don't have that attachment because we can't let go of Bielsa. Some of us, I mean, there were rumours. They also have to going up that he's going to get replaced by Mourinho. I mean, it's mental. I mean, Farker he's done wonders with Leeds. When we sold Rutter and Somerville, I didn't think we'd be anywhere near even getting Championship, getting tight. I didn't, because we lost after playoffs. But like I was saying to Ricky, you need to get rid of the one player who, I think he takes over too much, and everything goes through him. And when he's not there, there's no other answer. I think it's mad that Raksaki, one thing actually, I remember you mentioned him earlier. I think Wilder this season's held him back.
Yeah,
because
I do.
He's a quality player, Raksaki.
Raksaki, I found him to be at times a bit lazy, and I think that's just
I noticed that. Yeah, I remember when you played us. I hate Hinchcliffe. I can't stand Andy Hinchcliffe on commentator because I think he's awful. He'll get one point in the game and he won't shut up about it. But the one point that he mentioned, I agree with. I remember he were written out of Solomon. He were having absolute. He were taking Harry Clark and he couldn't beat him. Raksaki won't coming back and helping tracking him. That is the one thing with Raksaki. I think his heads up his own arse because he was lauded at Palace as like the boy wonder next player after Eze were leaving.
Yep, that's
and
it.
He went on loan because I remember we were after him as well and we wanted him, and obviously we're bitter that you guys got him. I mean, I remember it in comments that we weren't happy because you were calling it, and I loved what he did.
Honestly, every fucker were after him. I think.
No, we were, yeah, but I'm surprised him this season.
Yeah.
He's not. Obviously, it's different in it compared to academy football to professional, but he's not lit up anything. He's never taken a game by the scruff of his neck.
No.
He's a bit like Kiefer Moore for me. He shits himself when he's got to make that final decision and he can't do it. He'll dribble the ball, he'll do a few step overs, and he'll try and do that, like curl it in on his left. But the problem is, most teams know that he wants to do that. And if he can't do that, he shits himself, loses the ball, or just easily gets brushed off it. And I don't think he's there yet. I think he can be. But Palace now have the likes of Roman Esse, for example, who is very clearly ahead of him. So I think he will potentially. I could see him leaving Palace and going to somewhere like Middlesbrough or something.
Yeah, it does fit that.
Middlesbrough.
Yeah. I think another team that's going to push for playoffs.
I think Coventry are going to be up there next season.
Yeah,
they're a good team. I think Championship level, their midfield is probably one at best in league. Ben Sheaf, Matt Grimes, and Rudana. Solid.
Yeah, good player. I think. I think Rudani goes. I think Rudani goes.
Yeah, I do. I think he goes even. You should go for him. You should replace Harrison with him.
Just come back today. I remember saying,
if we're going on the United trajectory,
I've heard some of your transfer for Sheffield. I like even what you were saying. They're really good.
Since I think it was last season, we brought in one Coventry player every season. I know it's only been 2 seasons, but if it keeps going, we're after another. More than likely, could be Bobby Thomas.
Yeah,
Ben Sheaf, mate. Ben Sheaf for me from them.
I think it's weird because Diaz is a good player. I thought in such a poor Premier League season for you lot.
Yeah,
it's a little star. I remember someone saying he was overrated. He wasn't overrated in Prem. It was the only thing that you could actually have joy because the rest of the season was awful.
Like I said, I don't think he was
needed better.
I think it was the effort what he gave. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It made him look better. And then I think when we were such in a low point, I think he was like the shining light. Do you know what I mean? What we needed just to give you that little bit of rope. And I think that's where we struggled.
I've seen a Blackburn fan say this, and I think he perfectly describes him. He's a confidence player. When he's fit and firing, he feels like he's on top of the world. He can do whatever he wants. And we've seen that where he's come off the bench, 8-1 within about 10 minutes. When he's down, he's really down, and it just seems like he's in a rut. And I feel like he's there at minute. And we saw that at Southampton, which is why I couldn't replicate that.
Yeah, But one thing that really it's two. One, you get an Harry Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
He weren't even getting it right. I wouldn't mind if he were rotating in Ipswich squads, but he weren't even getting in there.
No.
It's like other than Cannon, every person what we signed in January, they were all unfit. They weren't squad players. They were bench warmers. Do you know what I mean? It's like Southampton's just got record for losing most games in Premier League, and he couldn't get in their squad.
No.
Do you get what I mean? So, why are we signing players? You need to get to. I believe you need players what are going to push over that last limit. So you get players what are rotational, at least minimum in Premier League, to help you push that little bit further. Because I feel like, he might have got a few goals this season, but he's done fuck all, mate. He's done nothing.
But it's funny you mentioned that, because obviously window we didn't do what did we? And everyone laughed at us. I was one of them. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy at all. I thought we needed another cam because Aronson, he's.
To be fair, you probably could say you need a striker more because Pirro can probably do a job in number 10.
You say that, but he's just got golden boot, and I know it's very. I know it's hard. I know it's because he got 4 in one game, and I know that's going to be said because otherwise you wouldn't have got it. 100%, I know that, but turned up when we needed it. He won a route for 8 games, but no, he does, and he does almost play like a number. And that's what I thought we're getting. Remember seeing him at Swansea, he'd almost drop as like a second striker, as like a 9.5 if you want to call it. And he consistently played him at striker, De Farca, and he stuck with him. But we didn't get anyone, and we got promoted, didn't we? But that's still me saying I thought we needed someone.
The problem I've got with Pirro is that every time I watch him, and I don't watch Leeds that often, I'll be honest, but every time I watch him, he seems to get 10, 11 chances a game, and he's not clinical, but he still gets the goals, which is why I do see he has his faults up front, which is why probably, for me, suits the number 10 role more, because he seemed to just like that clinicalness. I mean, we saw that against Pompey. He missed about 4 chances, all from about 2 yards.
No, I completely agree. He has like games this season where he's not turned up.
That says how good the rest of Leeds' attack is. Solomon, Nonto, Ramazani, all them. That just says how good they've been all season. The fact that even then they could have scored more. They just like that finishing touch potentially.
I want to know who their scouting department is. I mean, Tanaka 3 million. How much were Ramazani? 2.5 million.
No, Tanaka, quality player.
Yeah, Tanaka, mate. I want to know who your scouting department is. You've got some gems here, mate. I mean, Nonto. How much did you pay for Nonto?
I think it was. Nonto's one of these players. I can see Jamie's face. He's been good this season, but he's not been good.
But he's the player he can change the game when you fetch him on.
The issue with he reminds me a lot of Hamer. He doesn't turn up a lot.
Do you know what it is about Nonto though? He looks a bit like him. His frame.
He's got a huge bum, and that's not me. He's got a huge bum as Nonto. But with Nonto, he's playing up one side. He's better off left, but we consistently play him on the right. In the Prem, Gary Neville, I wouldn't dare mention in the same conversation as Leeds, was absolute. He must have been in love with him. He absolutely loved him, and Nonto's one of the where he could go next season because of the whole PSR problems. He could go. But it's Ramazani. It's Ramazani I love more.
If Nonto goes, would you be bothered?
Depends if we get Solomon. If we got Solomon permanently, then I won't be as bothered.
Aren't you getting him 15 million?
We're not sure at the minute. It's one of these where I think there's other clubs interested in him. I think Marseille are interested in him, but he's already said he doesn't want to move abroad. I know it's only France, but no, I think Solomon is a quality player. But no, Tanaka.
Solomon will want that Leeds move, and I think Nonto, his issue is that he thinks he's better than he is. He's a good player.
No, I agree. He's got an ego. He's 100%. I mean, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say he thinks he's like Man City levels or something when he's like a decent Prem level on his day, I'd say.
No, yeah, I completely agree. I mean, Nono is of last season. I don't want to make this all about Leeds because I know what the
Fine.
actual narrative is, but no, obviously last season he refused to play. He handed a transfer request. He was close to going to Everton.
Was that
But
non-sorted?
yeah, but Farker, who's a great man management, as much as he gets a lot of he's very good individually.
Farker can't be crap. He holds record for most promotions from Championship. He can't be.
He does, but
Do you know what I mean?
the thing with Farker is it's stubborn at times. I know it's, and I know I'm saying this when we've got promoted and we're champion, but last season he's learnt his lesson, and I think Wilder's got to learn his lesson. He's got to.
Wilder should rant bollocks and do saying what Farker did by dropping Millier. Do you know what I mean? Wilder should have dropped Robbo, and he never did.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Fucking
just-
Robinson, honestly.
He's getting nightmares about it.
Definitely, mate.
I don't think he was that. I don't even think he was that bad against Sunderland.
Oh,
He
Robinson.
weren't, he's just a knobhead.
But did you see? Right, like I said, the difference between a top quality defender and an average defender, it's being able to cover for your mistakes to make up for them.
No, yeah, and it's
He
same
was
with Millier. Yeah.
It was out of position from that Meander goal, right? But he's turned and tried to get back. He couldn't recover it. Do you get what I mean?
It's a great finish.
It is a great finish, but the fact is, he shouldn't be in.
No,
position to make that
he's
finisher.
come out and space
what I mean?
opened up and Our keeper couldn't do well. I wouldn't ever think he's a quality player. I think all 3 goals in that game were brilliant. That third one, that's Premier League level. That's why he's going to Brighton.
It was perfect.
Yeah, sorry.
You couldn't get it further in corner, could you?
No, he's hit that perfect. I mean, it's written in stars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sunderland boyhood fan. Last game for him.
You never have them, do you? You never have them moments, do you? You just never have
It's one of the moments of football where you all step back and you think, because you couldn't react. Because someone started to, and he's actually going Bellingham. He's off to Frankfurt.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, but no, it's. I think you'll bounce back. You've got to, haven't you? Do you think Wilder stays?
No. I think he's got until January to prove things. I think if we're struggling by January, I think he's gone. We've got to look at it. Go on.
From what that he's sort of said in press conferences, it does sound like he's staying more than likely. He said, like, from what we're hearing, at least I think has been put out, he's already getting on with things. So, I mean, they had the meeting yesterday, and if he's cracking on with things today, he's not leaving.
They want to write his runs, don't they? It's a fan, though, isn't it? It's his fan side that'll be like, well, I'm not going to sit a line down. I'm not going to end my high on not getting him up. I think if he got you up, this controversial Sheffield, I think if he got you, I think he should leave then. End it on a high. I know what he's done in the past. He got you to 9th, but it's a good way to end it. And I think, I think it'd just be a good way to end it.
I look at him now, though, and I think this season is just aged dramatically, mate. You can see he's wearing battle wounds on his face. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's got that many fucking runs at it anymore. he looks tired. Do you know what I mean? He's looking like when he walked out last time. He's looking tired. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm hoping this little break now is going to do him well. But
what do you reckon happens with Tom Cannon?
I think he starts next season.
Yeah, for me, I think Cannon. Not much of him because he never played much at Everton. Didn't play much for Leicester. He's not had much football.
No,
that it can be said. And obviously, on loan at Stoke, got 10 goals from Dinnix. Obviously, got one for you lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think 4 of them were in one game. I remember saying that. I think Cannon, he needs a pre-season on his belt, and I think
he does.
He's better with another striker. He can't do it with a number 10 behind him because he's one of these players who requires support up front.
Yeah, it'll be Campbell and Cannon next season. I believe they'll be our 2 starting.
Good player, Campbell. You got him in a free, didn't you?
Right, so yeah, but
Yeah.
Campbell's all right, but he can't play 90 minutes to save his life. By
That's,
60
I
minutes,
think, and that's most of you players that can't play 90 minutes.
yeah, but
I think it's been a huge factor this season. Have you had much injuries?
yeah, we have.
We've had a lot of big ones, but not like too many little ones. I'd say.
That's a huge one, isn't it?
Our blast
the biggest,
two
so
to
Two,
like Davis.
I think Sue was more in. Much as obviously our blast is coming through academy. I love Brooks, by the way. What a player Brooks is.
Too inconsistent. In a couple of years, he will be, but at
That's the
moment,
thing, though.
he's
It's his
very
age.
inconsistent.
That's what you actually. That's what you forget.
Yep.
He's quite young, and I think a more experienced player. I think it was Jimmy who mentioned it. A really good point. I remember saying about the chance that he carved it out himself. It's from nowhere, and you could see it. I could see it. I knew he'd get the chance. So can he be blamed because he's done it out of nowhere? But at the same time, it's that frustration in the game. It's that moment where you think he just bury it. But experienced player, it's fair, he's not had much time, has it? He's took a touch, he's shot, and that Patterson saved it. Is he going down, Patterson?
Yeah.
A more experienced player chips it.
Yeah.
Let's over him. It's that. It's that. It's his first season, and I don't think he should be getting as much. Saw a few people giving him grief about it.
I think it's just like you say, it's an experience thing with him.
It is, and he'll learn from it. He's quality player. I think some players come from your academy is brilliant. Our blaster, quality.
Let's start. We've got some better players in the academy at the moment. What are ready to come through? There's a striker.
1 year, and I remember him came on, scored a penalty against Bristol.
We've got a better striker than him personally after a kid called Javan Beater. It's Craig Beattie's son. When he starts breaking through, he's tearing under 21s up at the moment. When he comes through, honestly, I think he'll be a force.
There's a few of them. You know, on our side, we have the Gray dynasty, Harry Gray.
Andy Gray played for us as well.
Yeah, Harry Gray. It's Archie's brother. He's 16. He's just scored for under 17s for England. It's brilliant when academy players come through.
Yeah, he went bench, weren't he, for a couple of your games? I saw him for
Stoke came on. The last few minutes. Jimmy's face against Stoke, he was shocked. They were awful with Stoke. They were honestly awful.
I watched it. It kept us going, weren't it?
Yeah, man. But Bogle, I'm not going to go on the bandwagon because I know what he did in the Prem. I know how defensive prone he was in that Prem. I'm not saying it's just him because there are a lot of mistakes.
He didn't help.
No, he didn't. Of course, he didn't. It didn't help at all. He's the right back in it, part of it. That's why I'm worried because the problem with me is the way we play is our fullbacks. They don't just bomb on. They're pretty much the next striker. If you watch Webb, you probably don't all the time because you're not going to watch Leeds. But when you do watch it, you'll see how far both Firpo and Bogle are in that box and why they've got assists and goals. Yeah, we can't have that next season. We'll get absolutely exposed.
Bogle thinks he's a winger.
He does.
That's why he's 65 at the back.
But in the Championship, you can get away with it.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, in the Championship, he wasn't even like our best right wing back. Even up to last season, he was always our second best. It was always Baldock who was the best one.
Mate, it's awful news, wasn't it?
I rate Bogle personally, mate. I think if we'd have kept him this season, I think we'd have done a lot better than what we have.
I think what it is I think because he's fat that he's gone.
To
Leeds. That's what it is. And I love the booing. I remember Burrows shushing fans and then Bogle were giving it back. I mean, it's football, and you're giving, you take it.
It's like Ampadu, do you know what I mean? Ampadu always gets stick from us.
It was funny that when we scored our second goal, I don't want to give you past memories. Ampadu, he'll say you're injured, he was limping his head off running down sideline. It was like, what you doing, mate? Get back.
Do you know what did me though with that game, right?
We shouldn't have won that. We were awful.
It's the fact it went from 1-1 to 3-1 in space of about 5 minutes, and you know when you just like, oh, fuck off, I was gone.
It's funny that because the Tanaka, he scored a few of them goals this season back post, and Leeds are awful at corners. We have been for years. I'm not sure if we've actually got a recognised set piece coach, but we need one. We need to nab Arsenal's. Honestly, we're awful.
We need one.
But you didn't need one when you had Suter.
No,
Suter were a massive threat. 6'7"? Is it more? Is he around that?
Yeah.
6'7"?
Yeah,
Yeah,
6'7".
huge giant.
We didn't
And
score
but-
still.
No, he didn't. But he's a bit like Rodon. He's better defensively from corners,
You know what,
picking it away
though?
than attacking.
Rodon for you. What a signing! What a signing, mate.
Do you know what? Do you know what I love?
What?
His passion.
Yeah, he wants
don't-
to win. Do you know what I
He
mean?
does, and I remember Farker saying to him, he needs to calm down. He shows too much. But I love that, me. He barks. We got him. We still signed him for 15 million, and before he actually signed for us permanently, because obviously we got him on loan last season, he was already doing media photos for next season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just shows, doesn't it? I mean,
Yep.
there's some players that don't buy into the club. There's some players that do, and Rodon's bought into the club. And will he make that step up? It's hard. It's very hard to judge.
I think he will.
I think the problem with Rodon is he's got errors in his game. Sorry, what did you say?
He's better than Struick.
Better than Strauch, yeah.
Yeah.
Problem with Strauch is see, that's
he can score, mate.
He does. He's good at set pieces. That's the thing with Rodon. He hasn't. He's better at defence. He can't head a ball. He's only got one goal this season, but he's awful when it comes to attacking. Defensively, he's brilliant. His first is I hear it. I watch Sky Sports games from Rod, and all I hear every time I get a corner is about Rodon being first contact set piece. It's so annoying because every time they say it, we're attacking, he never gets it. So it's a pointless comment to bring up. But no, Rodon, I love his passion, love what he brings, and he's bought into Leeds what we want. He's a what's it called? I don't know the word of. He's bought into Leeds, and we love it.
An adopted Leeds fan.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, great word. Adopted Leeds fan, and he absolutely loves it here. He loves the city, loves the area, and I'm hoping next season. I've seen some players linked to it. I'm not happy. I don't know if you probably haven't seen. Do you know Beto for Everton? It's been rumoured at 100 million.
Beto? No.
No. Jamie will know more because I think Jamie watches more like football around. But yeah, 100 million. I mean, and Leeds are after him. I'm up. No, stay clear. Kyle Walker-Peters. Yeah. Someone's mentioned it. I don't know who they are. Some know it. All apparently.
He's going for 100 million.
It's awful. Awful striker.
Calvert-Lewin on a free.
No, too injury prone. We've had that with Bamford, who I think needs to go.
130 grand a week.
I'm just going to make two final points, then I'm going to drop off.
Yeah, I'll go as well.
Rodon, whenever Melly had a clanger, it was so funny because he beat one that looked like he wanted to absolutely boot him in head.
It's funny you mention that because some of our big YouTube content creators pick out individual moments, and I don't think it's not the fact he's angry at Melly, of course he is, but it's the fact he wants to win. And you don't get players who do that. You'll get players who will, walk away or heads in hands. You won't get players that you'll get sometimes. I've seen it a couple times. Sheffield United, not recently, but I've seen it. And it got brought out of proportion. I'm not saying that all Melly is a good keeper or that he should have. Of course, he should be replaced in October. As soon as he made that error against Sunderland, gone. But Farker was stubborn. That's my one flaw about Farker. But he got saved. He got saved because we were so good attacking that defensively we didn't need to worry. He must have got at least 15, 16 clean sheets, but they were not down to him. Cooper, he earned every single one of his clean sheets because he commanded his box and he knew what we're doing. We didn't have that. And Carl Darlow, who's an average keeper, but we were all absolutely turning praise out of him. He had his own song within one game.
As long as you keep your hands up, we're all right.
He did what an average keeper does. One, commands his box. Two, he's good at catching, which he gets practicing every day, so I'm not sure how he does. And some errors are absolutely laughable. That Sunderland one. Do I blame him? Do I not? It's in the middle because he's hit something on the floor. He's basically Championship Onana, in my eyes. He's awful. Needs to get gone. I'm hoping we get someone like Nick Pope. I think he's been rumoured with.
Be a good signing.
Yeah, it would. Experienced keeper.
For your lot is what Wes was for his last season.
Fongingham, yeah. Average keeper. Can do better, but he's a good safe pair of hands.
Yeah.
Do you know what I don't get downfall from Millie? Because when you were in Premier League, I thought you were all right, me. I thought you were
good for the first season.
Yeah.
First season, he was good.
I really watched him. Yeah.
Yeah, first season were brilliant. Remember a save made against McGoldrick in the
Yeah.
first game. I remember that 1-0 Bamford. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Yeah.
Um,
Do you remember? Are you going to take Calvin Phillips back?
no,
No.
it's funny you mentioned that, and I get it a lot. And were you surprised? I said no,
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
To be fair.
and I'll tell you why. In simple, Bielsa made him as a player, but broke him. Bielsa demanded so much out of our players that he broke them. Phillips being one of them. He made him into a brilliant England player. Got an assist against Croatia, I remember, for Sterling's goal. Went on that mad run, Sterling, that World Cup. But his legs couldn't take it anymore. And for 150k a week, no. No.
Bamford's not far off that. 130k, isn't it?
I think so. No, that'll be now because Premier League, obviously, in Championship, your wages get cut. But yeah, it's Bamford. I could spend a full day talking about Bamford. Problem with Bamford is we need him.
Go on, mate.
You needed him, but you're too busy on bench.
No, we need
recovery.
we need him, but a better player like him because his profile is what we need, just not him as a player. Because what he brings, in his day, we're brilliant. First season at Premier, brilliant. That's another one.
Yeah,
Bielsa made him, but also broke him as a player. I wouldn't take Phillips back, and Bamford should have gone the first year we came down because he's just not a good player. And it's no matter how much people sing his praises when he's playing or he's giving it to about Wilder. I thought that was funny, that, and I'm glad. I loved the way Wilder take it.
Yeah, I love the banter.
I think Wilder. It's going to sound weird, but I think he's matured with Leeds.
Yeah.
So I remember him. I remember a couple of years ago, and it comes up all the time whenever Wilder loses and you lot lose about the Muppets from Leeds for sure. But it's brilliant. I was one of them fans who I loved it because it's nice to see a manager or player not be PR trained, not have a simple answer. It'll say that's a fan. That's a fan side of him, and I love it. And
if Wilder from Beeston and he managed Leeds, you'd all love him.
Of course he would. 100%. Yeah, of course he would. I mean, I love the story about him. Every home game he runs down to Bramall Lane. What can you get more better than that?
Exactly.
But the problem is, and we had it years ago with our old owner Peter Ridsdale. I think he's now in charge of Preston. The fan side he can take over you, and that's happening. Wilder,
yeah, it is.
He's got a chance next season because obviously, it's second year of parish repayments. You've got new owners who have got money and they're ready to splash it. They need to be better than spending 10 million on a striker that you didn't need. You needed.
You've got to bear in mind that, and I'll make this my last point. Cannon is what, 21. No.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I'm not saying all Cannon's not a good player. I'm just saying you didn't need him. Not for that amount of money.
No, we didn't.
At the time, we were down to
not really. You had Campbell. Campbell, I know, went on a bit of a run of not scoring, then scoring. No, yeah, of course. But scoring goals wasn't your biggest problem. It was defending.
No, at the time, Campbell were out for weeks, more out for months. We had Ryan Oney as a starting striker at the time. We needed someone.
But to counter that, the problem was he got signed before a defender, and after Suter got injured, you needed a defender more in instead of Jack Robinson, who
I'd have bought a defender and loaned a striker.
Yeah, I think you needed. I think Alden were a good signing, but didn't play.
Yeah, he were
quality player, and he brought so much. It was just that assurance, and I'm not saying he was Suter because Suter was quality, and I loved Suter. I hated when he used to clean up good sphere because I wanted you to concede, but he did what a defender did.
Yep.
Robinson.
It were road on for us, weren't it? Do you know what I mean? That's what he did. He was passionate and did his job. Didn't need no more from him.
I think he's signed next season.
I think he's not going to be fit until Christmas.
Is he not? Oh, I didn't realise the extent of his injury.
Yeah.
I think that's mental.
The plan was in January, I think, was to bring in Jimmy Dunn at centre half.
No, I saw that. Yeah, I remember it last day at window. You were linked with Tanganga, Dunn. Obviously, Holding got brought in. Here's a question: Who would you sell?
Our old squad.
Yeah.
Jack Robinson.
Do you think Hamer goes to Prem?
Yeah, no, but yeah, I think maybe Everton.
I hope we don't get him. But I really don't want him.
He's very.
I know you don't need to tell me what he's like. I know exactly what he's like.
he wants a bit star at squad and everything has to go through him. That's the problem with him.
That's where you've been this season.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a step up for him. You'd be best off trying Willa Sula on loan. He were at us and he looked really good.
Who?
Willa Sula at Newcastle at minute.
I've heard of him. I think he's playing for them now. I think he's actually integrated with their squad. So I doubt we'll get him. Did he score for you lot?
Yeah. Not in Premier League, but he did it.
Yeah. No, I think you need to build your team around our blaster.
Yeah. Without doubt.
Where does he play? Is he number 8?
No. He's he basically plays finger. He's like a 6, isn't he?
I thought he was more advanced than a 6.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a bit all over, to be fair. He's
a
like
fan though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's City Pep before City Pep.
He could go. There could be a team that go after him.
West Ham, mate. West Ham.
He just run. That boy can run.
Yeah, he can. But
I didn't realise that he signed him. I thought he came through academy.
Arsenal.
That's Premier League level on it. You could see it in him.
He come from Arsenal academy.
Do you know what's so unlucky? The fact he hasn't scored for you, and he gets so many. Has he?
No.
He needed that, but he does everything. He's like your Tanaka.
Yeah, it can be. I think next season would be a big season for him. I think
that's the thing. I don't think he was meant to play that much this season, was he?
No, it weren't. There were talks for him going on loan to Rotherham. So the fact that got injured, the fact that Arblaster got injured, it kind of like opened door for him.
But it's funny that because the only reason Tanaka played is because Rothwell got injured. No, Gruev got injured.
Yeah.
It's funny that. No, I mean Tanaka.
He's a player, mate. He's a player. I'll get that. He's probably.
I think I'm worried. He could go.
He will.
Yeah.
Not next season. No, because I think he's not being exposed as much because there's players from the Championship who do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But and I'm going to sound very biased because I am. But he's different gravy. He's better than Championship.
Yeah, he is. He's good. Yeah, I like.
I think you should get Rothwell.
Rothwell would fit into our system perfectly.
And you said it. I remember you saying it yesterday on Jimmy's stream. And I went, yeah. I think Rothwell is that player that I'm not saying he's better than Championship because I think he's an average player. And I think what I didn't realise he had in him is the way he drives with the ball. He's a bit like Peck. And I know Peck does it a lot. The way he drives, and I think him and would you put him next to Arblaster or Peck? Rothwell, he could play a 3. If you take out here and put like a 4-3-3, I mean, he's a great player, Rothwell. He's very consistent. Don't get injured very much, and that's exactly what Sheffield United needs.
Yeah,
a player because injuries for you is a massive thing. No, I really wanted you to come up. I was gutted on it, and that's weird because I can't stand Sheffield United. One of my mates is a Sheffield fan, United fan. Sorry, he goes to games. He had a season ticket. He's very very moody man, and we're calling for Wilder's head when we lost here.
Yeah.
He thinks, and he don't rate Emma. Would I take him?
Are you sure?
Yes or no? What?
Are
you sure he supports the Blades? Are you sure?
Oh, he supports the Blades, but the problem is he's friends with a lot of what they call is it the Blades Army crew or something? Based like the hooligan side of Sheffield United.
Oh, BBC.
Yeah, and they have their own opinions around ways of doing stuff. So yeah, I think for them they don't support Sheffield United, they just support the violence. And I think it's mad that you have it. I take him because I think he has got quality. I wouldn't take him because he doesn't last games. I can't see out games. How many times has he got injured this season?
I wouldn't have him. I'd leave him with us because, this is me. Yeah, I'd leave him with us. Honestly, I think that I'm happy with that. If you leave him with us, then happy days.
I don't know. I think I'm content with him losing him already. I've already got my mindset on other players.
I think you're more worried losing Cooper than you are with Hamer.
Cooper staying.
Really?
He's got 3 years or 4 years left on his contract.
If he goes, it's going to be 20 million plus.
Who'd go after him though? I don't think Leeds will. I don't want him. I'm not saying at all he couldn't make the step up because he's made a step up. Was it League One? Or no, he played in the Championship last season.
Yeah.
One of them. He probably could make the step up. But I want someone more experienced.
Alan Ramsdale will be your.
I don't want. No, you can see it, can't you? I know it's gonna.
And you know if you get relegated.
Do you know what? No. Do you know? Don't know why. I don't know if you know this at all. He got interviewed. And what are it now? Connor will mention it. Got interviewed about something about where his concentration's really bad.
Yeah.
And we don't want that in the Prem. You've got to be concentrated the whole time.
Do you know what though? To be fair, when he played for us that season when we got relegated, he was a great player.
Do you know what's really confusing? The fact as well is how has he gone from Arsenal's number one to being relegated twice?
You know, he's been relegated 3 times.
All right, just rub it in a bit more so he can get relegated the 4th time.
He got relegated with Bournemouth, got relegated with us, and now
I got relegated to Southampton. Jesus, how did Southampton get a chance in Prem? I mean, I'm not saying we should have won that playoffs. We were awful.
No, do you think? I think they got lucky on a break. I think you controlled.
Problem with us is it was exactly what we knew all season. We didn't have the minerals, and we didn't start off well. If you've noticed the season, bar probably you and probably Burnley, we've scored really early.
Yeah,
we've scored loads in the first 10 minutes. I mean, we're 2-0 up against Stoke within 8 minutes. I remember Jimmy. I love the Dave the Nose song. I've got it stuck in my head. Dave the Nose, he really knows. Oh, it's such a catchy song, and I love it, and I love the 3 Mardy Blades. It's great. The problem I've got with Jimmy is he loves Wilder, but I think he overloves him.
Yeah,
in some ways. And
I think you can get it, but it's like,
of course you can.
Jimmy knows my opinion on Wilder. Do you get what I mean? I'm always, is the better? Do you get what I mean? What would a different manager do?
Who would you get?
Personally, if you went, I don't know. Some of these foreign managers are coming in here, doing all right. Do you know what I mean?
Legis Fabry, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they shouldn't have got promoted. Who was that?
There you go.
Will still, I would have had him, but he's just gone Southampton.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be tough next season.
It will. I think Ipswich, I'm worried about Ipswich. I'll be honest with you. They wrapped up all best talent at Championship, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I think the lat's already gone. I think Clark stays, Hutchinson. I wasn't surprised if you went after him.
Who?
No, Hutchinson.
Amari Hutchinson. No.
Like Sunderland.
Yeah, I think so. Sunderland's got some great work to do.
They have, but I think they've got a very good way of doing their network. They're a bit like Brentford in terms of transfers. I mean, Bellingham, Grigg, who's actually a Newcastle fan. You think his dad's like a season away ticket, and you're gonna probably not want to hear it, but when they won, there's a video of his dad celebrating. It's just so in support to his son, innit?
Like I said, I've got no ill will against Sunderland. Do you know what I mean? They were very respectful.
You've got nothing against them, but in your head, and I can tell, and it's every Sheffield fan, they didn't deserve it at all. You don't see that in playoffs.
I'm more pissed off with ourselves, to be honest.
Really? Yeah. What went wrong?
Everything. VAR.
The lobbies.
Keep more Wilder.
That's really confusing. I didn't rate. Why is VAR in Championship playoff final when it's not in Championship altogether?
What pissed me off most? Everyone were happy with the goal. Every single person in that stadium, do you know what I mean? Sunderland fans, our fans, referees, linesmen. Yeah, it only.
Like happy, yeah. I know what you mean, yeah.
So as soon as it flashed, it's like, what the fuck, really? Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't write everything. What could have gone wrong went wrong. Do you know what I mean?
And they've started the stadium announcers. Why are they starting that now?
Exactly.
Why have they not?
75th minute, mate. 75th minute, we're leading. Do you know what I mean? And then how can you concede 2 goals in 15 minutes after you kept him quiet all that time?
Good play by Endo.
Yeah, he is good. He is good. Yeah,
You know
I
what?
will give him that.
I said it with. Do you know what the problem with Sunderland was? The way they were playing that first half didn't have a target, man. They
No.
had two wingers in Mundell and Mende. All they were doing were going. It really, and I'm not saying at all I'm a genius coach because I'm not. I'm a simple lad who watches football. But I was saying to a few lads, I think a few West Ham fans were all watching it. I was saying they need a striker. Where's Isidore? Why are they not playing him? So all they're doing is
4-4-2. 4-4-2
well, they were
goes
playing that.
perfectly for them.
No, they were playing that, but all
No.
they were doing was both wingers were just playing as a second winger. We're going on crossing. There's no one in there. They put about 5 balls in. Well, no, because Sheffield are going to. I'm not saying, oh, you want good because you're doing your jobs. It's basic. It's basic defending, apart from Robinson. Well, yeah, it's basic. It's basic defending. But they were doing nothing special. As soon as they brought Isidore on, that's when they turned the gas up.
No.
They had a target
When
man.
Isidore came on, they went to 4-4-2 from 4-2-3-1.
It's fun. Oh, I didn't know that because the app that I run, it was showing a 4-4-2. So I made a fight with 4-4. No, that's what I'm saying. As soon as Isidore came on, that's when they switched the plug on and they went for it.
Do you know what irritates me? It's the fact all their entire player front, they've scraped it. They've scraped
Yeah,
it.
no, they
all
have. They've scraped it. They weren't good against Coventry.
I think that Coventry should have won. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. I think
the problem Coventry is they're very inexperienced. I'm not saying they've got experience, I think, at the back. But up front, Thomas Asante, he's not really a man you want leading, do you? Going to the Premier League. He's a championship player. Played at West Brom. Played at... Oh, where did he play it now? A championship, anyway. But Lampard, I hate Lampard. I can't stand him. But he did wonders.
Well for him, though,
yeah,
he's done
got him
well.
from 17th up to 5th. Yeah, 5th.
But that shows you
yeah.
the players give up on the manager, Mark Robbins. Do you know what I mean? He didn't deserve to get
I like
sacked
him.
for what, yeah, I do. He didn't deserve to get sacked for all what he's accomplished there, right? And for
he's not doing much at Stoke, though, is he?
No, he's not. But he ain't really had time. He
reminds me a bit of Wilder.
Yeah, he does.
Not
school,
saying the same scale. Oh, because they've done different stuff. Robbins has always tried to push Coventry there, but he's never actually gotten there apart from once. He had Gyökeres, didn't he? Wow. Gyökeres and Aimer.
Gyökeres, Aimers are no hair. He had all 3 of them in the squad and he didn't get them promoted.
And now Gyökeres he's got 40 goals for Sporting this season.
Exactly.
I mean,
right, I'm going to drop off, but
no, I'm going to drop off as well. I just wanted to cut out. I didn't expect it this one. No, I'm glad for coming on. Glad they met the famous dumpling who ran Blunt Road. Are they going to continue next season?
Probably. Wrexham.
You've got a few new ones to go. You've got Wrexham. You've got.
I've got a few to go at, Miss Hen.
Yeah, you have. No, I love them. I love. I think Jimmy's brought it together in the corner, and I loved when he wore the shirt. It was brilliant. I loved his own career. I knew he'd do it.
Do a good word it.
The last thing though is his team selection when it comes to who his player is. How did Aimer get? How has Aimer got player of the season?
I personally think Dan James should have got it.
It's not the stats, it's what he does. You saw that with the playoff final. It's the way he just brings everyone into the game.
There is that, but I can counter that. He's turned up more times injured than he does actually performing. He's had decent. I'm not saying he's had not decent stats because some of it were brilliant last season. He shouldn't have got it all. He were past February were awful. Didn't turn up in playoff final. I forgot. Did he actually get off the train? It were awful, and I was really surprised by it. I'm not saying Al Hamer's not a good player because he's quality, and I think he's been your shining light as much as fans have given him grief. But to get player at season at Championship, it's a bit overdone.
Trafford is, you could say, that's the whole Burnley.
He should have got player at season. Or Cooper.
And not Cooper.
Yeah,
Trafford
you
was
could say
slightly
Cooper's
better
had
than
a
Cooper
good
this year.
Were you slightly bitter when Trafford got into him than Cooper? I know Jimmy were. You're absolutely raging. You know the England team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. Trafford's brilliant.
Mate, I can't fault him. As much as it kills me to say, he is slightly better than Cooper.
That's the issue I'd have about Cooper.
Slightly, that's it.
Yeah.
Point you mentioned earlier about why I won't take Cooper in the Prem. A bit like Trafford. Trafford needed this season the Championship to gain more experience because he stepped up straight away from Bolton to Premier League. And he what's saying it, he wasn't good because he'd been thrown into deep end with no armbands. He's had this season, he's matured. That's the good thing about Championship. It matures you as a player because of how tough the league is.
Do you know what I like about him, though? Well, if he were my player, I'd love him. But what I hate about him, it's his arrogance. He's a right Larry.
Well, did you not see him against Sunderland?
Mate, against
brilliant.
Us, he were a right twat against us, right? You know, when we played him at Bramall Lane, when they scored, he's like coming back and he's like shaking all his legs at all our fans, going like, you know, getting it big. And mate, it were horrible. And you know, when you just think, if he were my
You'd
player,
love him on your team.
love him. Yeah.
But I think Cooper's not a bad player to compare to his brilliant. Wow. I think
Yeah,
Cooper, I don't think he goes.
No, I don't. I think he stays. I think his contract's too long for him to go.
How much you getting for 2 million?
Yeah.
What a bit of business. I think these new owners are going to be good.
I do.
think if we go up, it turns to about 6, and even then, that's some bargain still.
What's that, sorry?
No, if we go up, he'll go to about 6 million.
He's got a ceiling to hit. He's a great player, and it's just like that. He commands his box. He's so much. I thought he was younger. He looked really young. He looks only 20. You know, like 24, 20.
Yeah, he's 25 now, isn't he, Cooper?
He's got such a baby face. It's a bit like Melly, yeah. I really hope he goes. Just end his I loved it though. He's not. I remember when we lost to Sunderland and Regis Labrie were laughing with me. And as you know, fans like, oh, why is he laughing? You just conceded, mate. It's his old manager. It's a joke because it's taken out sometimes. But footballers are human and they have human emotions. It's taken out at times, and people forget they are humans. No, but I am going to shoot off. I think your channel's great and it's pushing. I'll jump on another time.
Last thing I'll say, perfect Melly replacement for you, Ivo Gerbich. Trust me, he's a great goalkeeper.
Yeah, no, great. Yeah. And I want Petrovic from Chelsea, who's just been on loan from Strasbourg. Quality keeper. I wouldn't leave it. Oh, yeah, I'm a Heyman, I know that, but come on. I don't want Ramsdale. I don't want a fourth relegation in our books. I think we stay up just stay up.
How much you got to spend to stay up though?
Last question, all right. What? To spend 200.
That's that same.
Because the gap is ridiculous. It's getting bigger. There's a massive gap now between teams that are pushing the Europe spots, your mid-tables like your Palaces, your Brentfords, and then you've got your mid-tables like Man United. I can't believe that Man United. Jesus Christ. Man United and Tottenham. Bad I'm comparing that there. Then you've got your relegation club straight away. It's just, I don't know, it's gone. It'll be fine. I'm going to shoot off anyway. But no, I think we do just stay up. But the way we're talking about ourselves, it's like we're getting Europe. If you hear some of our fans, it's talking about pushing Europe. But all I want is 17th. 17th. Get me that. I'd kiss Farke right now for 17th spot. The fans already calling him out for 10 games then, because what I did at Norwich. He got 7 million to spend in his first season. What are you meant to do with 7 million in the Premier League?
Nothing you can't do now. Right,
I'll shoot off. Great channel, great stream.
It was great to have you, mate. You're always welcome.
I thought a few people when I saw the name, thought, oh, bloody hell, he's going to be gloating. But no, I think Sheffield are a great club. I love Ramblot Road. I love what Jimmy does. I love Mildrew. I think he's brilliant. He's a brilliant addition. I love just how straight to the point he is. He doesn't BS anything. Straight to the point.
Top lad.
Yeah, he is. Right. Take a bit, guys.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers a bit, Ricky.
Anything you want to add, Jamie, before I start wrapping things up? I've been on like 20th hour. Good lad. Thanks for coming on. See you in a bit, mate. See you in a bit. Finish these comments and I'm going to shoot off 20th hour. One thing I will add though, thanks for everyone tuning in tonight. It's been great. Just finish these comments up and then we'll shoot off. Let's see where I were. Depends what the main thing were. Yeah, the gulf between the Prem and the Championship is ridiculous. Absolutely correct, Michael. All right, Jimmy. All hail Chris Wilder. Yeah, like I say, I think it's best for us at the moment, but it's only at the moment. We'll see. Blaze Ramble keep praising Wilder. Mate, like I say, everyone's got an opinion, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? It's like, obviously, Jimmy likes Chris Wilder. I'm 50-50 on him. I'm split. Some people love him, some people hate him, some people in middle. Don't call Sheffield. Yeah, we changed that. First, let's say, a minute. Golf between Wednesday and United is stupid. All done. Leads to, by the way, leads passion. Hope you stay up. Yeah, butting it all. We're getting bickering. S24. All right, Jimmy Rams. No button. Yeah, boss. You button it. Jimmy Rams. Okay. Yes, definitely don't call Sheffield. Yep. I'm all good, Adrian. How are you? How does no one expect Sunderland to wake up 70 plus? I had score right. I had a bet 2-1 Sunderland, but Patrick Roberts to win. Yeah. It was because Sunderland's always seemed to look, yeah, mate. They looked fresh. They looked fresh in the last 20 minutes, and we looked done. Kerr still gets to new players, in my opinion. New players buy into the club's history, and it plays into them. That's a good point. That actually could be true. Different country, yeah, getting promoted. Well, up there. Who's the bottom person you only? Oh, yeah, with Jamie Dumpling. I think Wilder goes. I don't yet. I think he'll get a go, and we'll have to reflect on January, see where it goes. BBC. Any cool? Yeah, exactly, Michael. Great show, Ricky, lad. Thanks for the invite. Mate, pleasure to have you on. You're always welcome on. Well, should be in all matches or not at all. Yeah, I agree. But for me, I always hate players not sitting on the D and come up for me. Yeah. A bit of a joke, to be fair. From the corners. Let's not start on VAR on the Prem. Villa was absolutely ruined by it. Mate, don't even start with that. Villa ruined us. Villa ruined us, and VAR didn't even pick all up. It was horrible. Oh, I think it's a clear daylight, allowed goal. Yeah. It's getting scared, the gap between. Yep. Sheffield, yeah, I know, mate. Comments have kept the yeah, they have, mate. Right, I'm gonna get off, everybody. I'd like to thank everybody who's joined me tonight, and if you haven't already, can you please share my channel, help it grow, give me a sub, and maybe a like if you don't mind. Oh, I've got one more comment. Love jumping on. Hopefully, I wasn't too harsh. No, mate, you're welcome anytime. You're very respectful, and it was nice to see opinion from another fan from a different club to what they thought about Sheffield United. Like I say, you're welcome anytime, and it was a great pleasure to have you on. Right, on that note, lads, I'm all going to leave you to it. I'm going to go to bed. Up the blades, and I'll see you next time.